Hello everyone, I am BowserJrXD, and welcome to the NextEra Energy 250 at Daytona International Speedway, round one of 23 of the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series for 2023. It's finally here, the real start to the season. Yes, we had the Clash 2 weeks ago, but now we're racing on a true speedway, points racing. Oh, it's good. It's so good to be back. We got 36 trucks all lined up. 42 tried to qualify, which means 6 failed to make the race, including Nice Motorsports' Lawless Allen. Although I saw earlier that they were trying to buy a ride, so I guess let me see if that actually happened. No. And of course, I'll wait until the command to do the starting lineup as per usual. We have 32 trucks running the entire season. Supposedly, glory to God, may upset that and bring it down to 31. But we'll see. Those wondering what the full-time trucks are, let me just check real quick, because I had a list somewhere. Those are the 32, the 9, the 23, the 24, the 43, the 19, 35. Actually, hold on a minute. I wrote it out in a number order somewhere. So hold on a minute. Let me actually look through this better. All right. Anyway, the Fox is talking about some major changes. Obviously, Craftsman coming back for the first time since 2008. Then you have the 3 teams that are all undergoing major manufacturer changes. Kyle Busch Motorsports from Toyota Chevrolet, corresponding with the change from Joe Gibbs Racing to RCR. Thor Sport going from Toyota to Ford, and that of course is because Tricon Garage, formerly David Gilliland Racing, is going from Ford to Toyota to become their new factory team. Thor Sport did not take that kindly, and so they switched to Ford. So now we have more than one good Ford at a time. And I still cannot find the list of the cars that I could have sworn I wrote somewhere. Here we are. So the list of full-time trucks, supposedly. The 02, the 2, the 4, the 5, the 9, the 11, the 12, the 13, the 15, the 16, the 17, the 19, the 22, the 23, the 24, the 25, the 32, the 33, the 34, the 35, the 38, the 41, the 42, the 43, the 45. I'm switching from 47 to the 46 because that's the only truck that Glory to God brought with them and failed to qualify for. The 47, sorry, so excuse me, the 51, the 52, the 56, the 88, the 98, and the 99. 32 trucks, amidst which 26, I believe I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams will be, 26 teams will be running for the title, or 26 drivers running every single race. Anyway, let's cut over to the Chiron. Getting very close to starting up soon.
Of emergency.
Oh, come on. Work, goddammit, work. I can't tell if this is freaking work. My iPad is what I used to watch the races, having a few problems trying to, detect crap.
Next, live on FS1.
Okay, there we go. Finally. So, time to do the starting. Oh, right. I forgot I could. There's a mute button on the Fox display. Alright, time for the starting lineup. If I can find it again. First off, I should go over the trucks that failed to qualify. The 04 of Caden Honeycutt for Roper Racing. The 96 of Todd Peck for Peck Motorsports. The 28 of Brian Dawsett for FDNY Racing. The number 46 of Norm Benning for Glory to God Racing, one of the full-time trucks. The number 12 of Spencer Boyd, another one of the full-time trucks for Young's Motorsports. And the number 45 of Wallace Allen for Nice Motorsports, another full-time truck. So 3 of the full-timers already out, being supplanted by some of the other trucks that made it into the race. Starting 36th, driving the number 34, Powder Ventures Excavations Toyota. For Reum Brothers Racing, Jason White, a.k.a. the Canadian one, a.k.a. the one whose middle initial is M. Because there are 2 Jason Whites in this race. Starting 35th, driving the number 33, Brunt Ford for Reum Brothers Racing. Mason Massey. He has moved over from the number 91 DGM racing car from the Xfinity Series to drive this truck. Sorry, man. Starting 34th, driving the number 22, Jag Metals Ford for AM Racing, Josh Reum. Austin Wayne Self no longer driving full time. Mostly that stemmed from him having his child, or his wife having his child, probably focusing more time there. So the AM Racing number 22 will be filled by multiple drivers. Starting 33rd, driving the number 30, Morgan & Morgan PA Toyota for On Point Motorsports, Chris Hacker. This truck was Tate Fogelman's last year, and, well, he got not kicked out early, or partway through the season, so now I'm guessing they're doing the multiple drivers route. Starting 29th, Starting 32nd, excuse me, driving number 56, Coble Enterprises Toyota. For Hill Motorsports, Timmy Hill. This truck will now be driven part-time. Well, no, it will be driven full-time, but it will be split between the Hill brothers, Timmy and Tyler. Starting 30th, driving the number 31st. Man, I gotta get it together. Driving the number 84. Backyard Blues Pools Toyota. For, Cook Racing Enterprises. Clay Greenfield. Same truck that he tried to, same team with which he tried to qualify for the Super Speedways last year. Starting 30th, driving the number 02, FNB Corporation Chevrolet. For Young's Motorsports, Chris Wright. He's back with these guys. Starting 29th, driving the number 43, Giuseppe Steel City Pizza Chevrolet. For GMS Racing, Daniel Dye. He moved up from the ARCA series to drive this truck full time. Starting 28th, driving the number 97, Grant County Mulch Chevrolet. For CR7 Motorsports, Cody Rohrbach. Starting 27th, driving the number 16, Lunai Toyota. For Hattori Racing Enterprises, Tyler Ankrum. Back in the same truck he was last year. Starting 26th, driving the number 99, Clark's Pump and Shop Ford. For Thor Sport Racing, Ben Rhodes. He's back with the same team, the 2021 champion. Ready to see if he can finally go after second one once more. Starting 25th, driving the number 41, Worldwide Express Black Rifle Coffee Company Chevrolet. Oh, actually, they gave the command, so anyway. But the trucks are rolling off, I'm trying to say. Anyway, Travis Pastrana, everyone. He's running the Daytona 500 on Sunday, and this 41 truck will be fielded full-time with multiple drivers, such as like Chad Chastain and probably Ross Chastain as well. Starting 24th, driving number 75, Purina Food Country USA Chevrolet. For Henderson Motorsports, Parker Kligerman. He's running the same 10 to 12 races he does every year, as well as running the entire Xfinity Series schedule. Starting 23rd, driving the number 52, AIM Autism Hallmark Toyota. For Hallmark Friesen Racing, Stuart Friesen. He's back. Starting 22nd, driving the number 32, Pate Holdings Chevrolet. For Brett Holmes Racing, Brett Holmes. He's finally moved up his ARCA team to the Truck Series full-time and will do the entire Truck Series schedule for Rookie of the Year. Starting 21st, driving the number 9, Grant County Mulch Chevrolet. For CR7 Motorsports, Colby Howard. He got kicked from his ride for the number 91 at McAnally Hilgeman, and now he will take the place of Blaine Perkins. Sorry, man. Starting 20th, driving the number 17, Mobile One Toyota. For Tricon Garage, Sammy Smith. He'll be running the first 3 races, I think, or at least this one, until Taylor Gray is old enough to run the rest of the season. Starting 19th, driving number 15, Dead On Tools Toyota. For Tricon Garage, Tanner Gray, his brother. Starting 18th, or Taylor's brother, anyway. Starting 18th, driving the number 5, Thompson Pipe Group Toyota. For Nice, for Tricon Garage, Dean Thompson, having moved over from Nice. Starting 17th, driving the number 24, Wendell Scott Foundation Chevrolet. For GMS Racing, Raja Karuth, the rookie coming up from the ARCA Series to replace Jack Wood. Starting 16th, driving number 23, Champion Power Equipment Chevrolet. For GMS Racing, Grant Enfinger. He's back for another year. Starting 15th, driving the number 38, Love Speedco Ford. For Front Row Motorsports, the defending champion of this race and the year, Zane Smith. Starting 14th, Zane Smith will also be running in the 500. Starting 14th, driving the number 35, Gates Hydraulic Chevrolet. For McAnally Hilgeman Racing, Chase Elliott. He'll be running this race because Jake Garcia is not old enough to run the rest of the year. He's not old enough to run this race. He will be able to run the rest of the year. Starting 13th, driving the number 11, Safe Light Toyota. For Tricon Garage, Tanner Gray. What the hell am I saying? Corey Heim. He won 2 races with Cobblish Motorsports last year, including a super speedway at Atlanta, and now he's going to try and do it, make a run for the championship with this team. Starting 12th, driving the number 13, Ford Performance Ford. For Thor Sport Racing, Haley Deegan. She's moved over from the team that was once DGR for her best opportunity yet. Better not screw it up. Starting 11th, driving the number 20, Hardscape Construction Inc. Chevrolet. For Young's Motorsports, Derek Krause, who is kicked from his ride. Now for the top 10. Starting 10th, driving the number 4, Bomba Buggy Chevrolet. For Kyle Busch Motorsports, Chase Purdy. How the hell he got this ride, I have no idea. But his ride was completely dissolved. Starting 9th, driving the number 42, Worldwide Express Chevrolet. For Nice Motorsports, Carson Hocevar. Can he have a better year than last year? And can he finally win a race? Starting 8th, driving the number 25, Rackley Roofing Chevrolet. For Rackley Ward, Matt DiBenedetto. He won at Talladega last year. Can he make it 2 back-to-back super speedways? Starting 7th, driving the number 1, Celsius Toyota. For Tricon Garage, Jason White, the American Jason White, aka the one that has A as his middle initial. Starting 6th, driving the number 88, Mold Armor Menards Ford. For Thor Sport Racing, Matt Crafton, in his 23rd full season in the Truck Series and his 22nd season with Thor Sport. Starting 5th, driving the number 7, Schluter Systems Chevrolet. Say that 5 times fast. For Spire Motorsports, Corey LaJoy running this truck race for the team. Can he finally pull off any win, especially because the Spire truck is good? Starting 4th, driving, what the fuck? You're going to commercial as they're doing the pace laps? Whatever. Starting 4th, driving the number 19, Napa Auto Care Chevrolet. For McAnally Hilgeman Racing, Christian Eckes. He lost his ride at Thor Sport Racing to make way for Haley Deegan. And now he's in a Chevrolet, even though I thought he was a Toyota driver. But I digress. Starting 3rd, driving the number 51, Eberl Stock Chevrolet. For Cobblish Motorsports, Jack Wood. This son of a bitch somehow also managed to finagle himself into this ride. How? I have no idea. But he's here, and he's running a part-time schedule, splitting that truck with Kyle Busch and others. Starting second, driving the number 98, Road Ranger Ford for ThorSport Racing, Ty Majeski. He came oh so close last year to the championship. Had a great second round of the playoffs, but he finished fourth after a late race crash. And fourth in the points, of course. Now the road to redemption starts. And finally, on pole, driving the number 2 Gamebridge Chevrolet for Rev Racing with a speed of 49.478 seconds, which is faster than Bowman's pole speed. Pole time, and a speed of 181.899 miles per hour. Nick Sanchez, the rookie, which makes him the 6th rookie to ever win, the 6th driver to win a pole in his first ever start, and the first since Bobby Pierce at Eldora in 2015. And that is your starting lineup. I know I tripped my way through that. I'm still a little rusty, but I'm going to get there. It's going to be a good year. Hi, Chris Davis. Yeah, awesome. Chevrolet on the pole. Yeah, I just like to see if they can actually win, considering last year. Especially with the 500, Chevy has been locked out since, I think, Dale Earnhardt Jr. No, Austin Dillon in 2018. Also, I believe this is the first stream I've actually been able to monetize, so I got super chats available. Anyway, the trucks are they're lined up 2 by 2 going down the back stretch. So time to unmute this bad boy. I said trying to unmute this. I need the volume to actually come in.
Take advantage of all of it, enjoy it. Just remember to have some fun. Yeah, I'm ready.
Remember to have some fun. Daytona is a lot of fun, but it usually is the most fun when it's over. Because while you're doing it, it's
who's
so
ready?
intense.
We're
It's
finally
so fun.
about
You
to
can't
get
enjoy
the
it.
season
You just
kicked
gotta
off
do your job,
for real.
Be perfect, be precise, and don't make any mistakes.
This is emotionally draining. This is not really physically demanding, but it's emotionally draining to run these speeds 2 and 3 wide the entire race.
And as you said, Michael, here, no margin for error.
Not at all. And one little mistake.
Of course, Adam Alexander is in the booth. Vince Welch
here tonight.
is not doing that
talked about
anymore.
Nick
Thank
Sanchez,
the Lord.
Ty Majeski on the front row.
All
in the
right.
98 for
Chevrolet
ThorSport.
and
Made it to
Ford
the
on the front
championship
row.
four a season ago. They will help us get 2023
7
underway.
Fords.
Off we go. And
11.
the NASCAR
Okay. 7
Craftsman
Fords.
Truck
11
Series.
Toyotas. 18 Chevrolets. Here we go. It's 100 miles around the 2.5 mile super speedway. We are green at Daytona. Finally, here we go. Felt like it took a little while then to get going, so they probably should have built it up a tad more. Right now, looks like already the front 4 are broken away somehow. That doesn't usually happen. I'm guessing the rest of the field will probably
Side by side.
catch up through after they get to the turns.
Doesn't it?
All the way through the field. Ever since Todd Majeski
Got a few
started on the outside
people
of that front
stuck
row,
back.
he's thinking, how am I going to get down? Because that's the goal, I think. We want to get down. He's got a great push there.
Right away, I think we have Ty Majeski out in the lead.
Unfortunately,
Got
he was not
Eckes
able
up to
clear
second, and that Napa number
Sanchez as well.
19.
But here comes Matt Crafton to give a push back.
Crafton, the best of the
To see
Thor
a
Sport
teammate, too.
crew,
Remember last year.
to start.
And look there, switching
the
lanes,
season
making
in
sure he's in the
qualifying.
fastest lane. Majeski
First
goes
lap of the
high.
season, and it's
Wins
led
that
by
first lap.
Majeski.
You see these trucks wiggling, get used to that. That's the part I got to get used to because they're going to do it all night long.
And this is good as they're going to be. Their tires are relatively brand new. This is as good as these trucks will get, and they're going to be bouncing around all night long.
I talked to Chase about that a little earlier today. I said, does your truck bounce or move around as much as it looks like on TV? He said, nah, my truck's pretty good. That'll be interesting
Elliott
to
right
see
now running
if
in
his
the 10th
confidence in the
position.
truck allows him to cut through this field.
Matt Crafton, series veteran, 3-time
That's it.
champion. And that
Anyway,
bright yellow 88,
as this all
big
happens,
shove
we
to the
have
19
Christian
of
Eckes
Christian
in the lead,
Eckes.
which
He
they
now
completely
leads.
missed, and I got distracted.
And now we have a caution.
We got a caution on
Yellow
lap
flag
2
comes
for
out,
who?
2 laps in. We understand there's a little bit of rain in turns 1 and 2.
You
and
have
you can
got to
see
be
it on our cameras.
You
there
got to
just
be
a
kidding
little
me.
bit.
Rain? Really? Oh,
That's
come
a
on.
little frustrating for
What a
these
way to
drivers.
start the
It's
season.
just part of it, isn't it?
Sure is.
You can't plan for anything when you come to Daytona. What's
Oh,
going to happen
what a
next?
freaking
okay,
way.
2 laps in, rain in turn 1.
Okay, if that happens 3 minutes earlier, you never go green. Is it good or bad that you got the race started.
I think it's great.
I think it's great.
You know,
as well.
someone
And
said
again,
that
a clean
the
start
weather looks
also.
great all
And an
weekend.
exciting
Thank
start.
you for
Big
jinxing
push
it, you
from Craftsman to
motherfucker.
Eckes to get him out in
No,
front.
it was
Tom
on Twitter,
Majeski.
so-
Look at Matt Benedetto up there in the 4th spot.
I'm betting
Now,
they
we
will this
knew
to happen.
there was a chance of some stray showers. Forecast does not call for any heavy rain or all-night events, but you talk about practicing patience at Daytona. First opportunity to do so here. There's the radar.
Yeah, hardly anything, really.
Where's Larry
Barely.
McReynolds when you need him? You know, I mean, he thinks he's a meteorologist.
Yeah.
We'll step aside. Just underway. Quick
All
caution
right.
for a stray shower. Back to Daytona after you watch this on FS1.
Well,
Buying a home? Rocket Mortgage will cover 1% of your rate for the first year at no cost to you with Inflation Buster. Plus, if
Anyway,
rates drop within 3
of
years
course-
of purchase,
Hi, Jake
you can
Swales.
refinance
How
with
are
exclusive
you?
savings with Rate Drop Advantage.
it rains every 500 weekend. It's Florida in the middle of a season change. I know, but this time it wasn't supposed to be raining. And actually, I don't think there was rain last weekend, which last year's Daytona weekend, which is a freaking miracle. Anyway, y'all, who are your picks to win? Just curious. Also, I should mention I have a Discord server, and I'm currently in the VC for that. For those who would be interested in joining, so let me publish the link in here right now. And I'll put it in here. You like Hyman LaJoy? Yeah, actually, my pick is actually LaJoy right now. I think he's got the good truck. He's got a good truck. He's a great super speedway racer. I think he was 3rd or 4th in top 5 in practice. So, and for the 500. So, this is the exact type of track he can and should win at. Alrighty. Hey Jess, how are you? See you're tuning into the stream. Thanks for
Our regular season
popping
gets
in.
underway with a great American
Bardo got
race,
Matt
the
or
Daytona
Crafton or
500.
Haley.
Coverage starts Sunday on FS1, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. We're over to Fox at 1 with race day, and we're green with the first race of 2023.
Well, actually,
Just
we're
after
yellow,
2:30
so
Eastern
we're
Time,
not green.
Live on Fox.
Oh, they're talking about
the Fox
Daytona.
Sports app.
500.
Be hard to bet against one of those 5 guys, wouldn't it? All of them certainly going to have a shot to go to victory lane in the Daytona 500.
And about 20 others, probably.
That's true.
Yeah.
One of those guys has already won the Daytona 500 3 times. Denny Hamlin, is he your favorite, Phil?
I think so. I mean, again, we've talked about it before.
Okay, it looks
as
like
we
they're doing
see the
some pit
20 of Derek
stops.
Kraus on pit road.
Or-
You can get lucky
just
one
Kraus
time, maybe,
on
and
pit
win a
road.
Daytona. You're not
Just
going
want
to
to
be
saw a
lucky
few.
3
Yeah, I
times.
see Tyler Ankrum on pit road.
Derek Kraus came in, so did Tyler
We're
Ankrum.
5
Ankrum
laps
didn't
done,
have
that's 5% of the
great
race.
Qualifying run earlier today, so not giving up a ton of track position. Now, here's a great story. Chase Purdy, driving for Kyle Busch, great in qualifying, makes it to the 2nd round earlier today, meaning he's going to start no worse than 10th.
Flat
Tire, can't run in the 2nd round. So officially he starts 10th, but because they had to change the tire, unapproved adjustment, he drops to the rear. Heartbreaking for this kid.
Yep.
Yeah, but he made some good progress.
He
I
got-
was looking
right
at
now
the
he's
scoring
in
monitor.
28th.
When that caution came out in just 2 laps, he was up around the top 25. So he has a great truck. I know he's excited about this season, and look for good things out of Chase Purdy this year.
That whole KBM story is really going to be one that's fun to follow. Ever since they
Like
showed up,
TC
it's
Digging
been
get
a
a nice finish.
Toyota team,
Yeah, I'm
and
over
now they made that
1100.
switch,
Actually, I'm
and
over
Kyle
1110.
showed so much speed last night driving his Chevy for Richard Childress Racing. I'm looking forward
There's
to
always
big
more
things out
room
of
to
this
grow.
team.
But you know, Kyle Busch going
Yeah,
from
obviously,
Joe
I'd
Gibbs
love
Racing
Deegan
after
to see her.
15 years
I'd love
to
to see
Richard Childress
Deegan
Racing
get a
and
good
changing
finish.
his manufacturer
She's in
alliance
sixth
from Toyota
right
Chevy
now.
really is what created this
Pastrana,
ripple effect of change
is he
here in
lagging
the Craftsman
behind?
Truck Series.
He's
Yeah,
in-
exactly. When he left Toyota, then that left a void at Toyota, and then when David Gillen left Ford, that left a void at Ford. So that's why all the dominoes fell like they did.
Fox sucks.
Travis Pastrana.
Pastrana's been on screen for 20
Yeah, I
seconds,
like
and
the
they
guys that are around though. I mean,
this
Friesen,
long
LaJoy,
for him on the
Kligerman,
comment. Swear to God.
This is, I think when we decide to go, we're going to have a good group around us to really get up through the pack.
You know, what's really important for Travis is to learn in these early laps. Not only to try to win this race tonight, he's in the Daytona 500. Everything he picks up tonight in the draft on this track will apply
I wasn't
to
sure
what
how
he will
big,
see
how many
Sunday
people are going to
afternoon.
get,
you
but
know
we're
what
already
impressed
almost a
me
third of the view goal.
Is the fact he knew everybody
Let's
that was
just hit
around
that sub goal of
He knows the players.
1.12K.
You got to study this game.
There's Friesen in
There's
the autism
AIM
scheme.
Autism Spectrum of Colors truck. Man, that's
His
so
son
beautiful.
was diagnosed with
Stuart
autism.
Friesen, his wife Jess, their beautiful
it's an
son
important cause
Parker,
for him.
all down there
And it's a
prior to the race with big
worthy
smiles on their
cause to
face.
show on
I
the truck.
love Parker and how enthusiastic he is. He gets up on the back of that truck when Stuart wins. It's a great family. What a great cause Halmar Racing is doing here for AIM Autism. That's the most colorful, most beautiful truck I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, it really is.
Stewart struggled a bit in qualifying, which was surprising. A couple more trucks on pit road. Zane Smith
Yeah, how about
also
that?
took the Loves truck down pit road. That's interesting. You think it's early handling issues? He's already felt with the truck. So what was the deal on that?
I think
Bill?
maybe they feel like they're in their window that they don't even have to stop at the end of the first stage.
I like that.
And get to the second stage and then stop, put 4 tires on, and that leaves them an opportunity maybe just to gas only in that third stage, because they definitely will have to stop in the third stage.
No, I mean, no question, right? Because we're set to windows 35 laps. So you pit right now, that's 35 laps. And that really doesn't even factor in the fact we're going to run all
Okay.
those caution laps at the end of the stage. And if we get another caution between now and
Lights
then,
are
for
off
an
the
incident
pace
on
truck,
track.
so we're gonna be going
I think it
green
makes
on
a
lap
lot of sense to
7.
do that.
And there's a few
With
trucks
14
that
to
have
go
elected
in
to
the
hang
stage.
back. We saw Zane Smith passing Daniel Dye and a couple other trucks to get in position for this restart. Some guys are just trying to learn. I think that's very smart for Daniel because he wants to see what the draft is all about, how the truck feels, and he's already back there. Stay back there for a little while. I don't have a problem with that at all.
And as you mentioned, he didn't get any drafting practice yesterday because of the mechanical problems they had.
The rain is gone, and we're getting ready for the restart. Front row, Christian Eckes alongside his old teammate. That's Matt Crafton in the yellow 88 in the outside.
All right, here we go. Green again.
Complete lap 6
Restart
as we
number
go
1.
green.
One thing we didn't mention is the choose rule is now in effect on the super speedways for
Oh,
these
yeah, I
trucks,
forgot about
as well
that.
as the restart
Yeah,
zone
yeah,
has
that's
been
right.
widened at just about every racetrack.
So yeah, choose roll had not been at super speedways.
We had rain in
Actually,
1 and 2 that caused the caution.
come on, are we under caution again?
In turns 3 and 4.
Oh, come on!
That's just
Rain
me.
one way,
Put us under the
rain,
yellow
got rain
flag.
here,
You know what
rain
I-
there,
what I
everywhere,
think as a
rain,
driver,
rain.
when they threw the green flag to start this race and we ran a couple laps and it rained, you're like,
Gotta
that's
be
cool.
kidding me.
You know, we got to start, but now you're just aggravated.
Start,
Come on now.
stop,
We
start,
got to get
stop.
this thing rolling.
Come on.
And when you said his old team, you meant OLE, right? About Matt Crafton?
Old teammate. There you go. Yeah.
Old team.
We were talking to Ben Rhodes yesterday, and he called Crafton a grizzly old veteran.
Well,
Grizzly.
I want to tell you about Matt Crafton. I talked
Crafton's
to him
first start
yesterday
was
as well.
in the last, I think the
Never
last
heard
race
him more
of
excited about the
2000,
season to kick
and he's
off.
run
They
every
finished
single
the
truck
season
race
last
since
night,
then.
last year, on what he thought was a really strong note. Felt like he was in a good position when the season ended, and he can't wait to get started this year. And look at him, all the way up on that in that second position.
On board with Ben Rhodes here. Another driver from ThorSport driving Fords this season. Ben won at Daytona 2 seasons ago. Won back-to-back here. Won the season opener, came back the next week, won on the road course, made it to Phoenix, and won the championship.
There's Matt Crafton. See what he has to say on his radio.
All right, Matt, with all these cautions, do the best saving. We're only 3 laps from making it all the way to 40. So
Damn.
I'm getting you a good bit saving.
Yeah, that's the caution flags. Obviously, you save a lot of gas, and then the drivers can also push in the clutch, shut down the engine at times, and save that gas.
And these engines are fuel injected, so that's very, they can save a lot of fuel because it's very efficient with the fuel injection.
Matt DiBenedetto, they're in the 3rd position, 1 Talladega. But it's been fun to see him have the speed that he has here in Daytona. I hadn't seen that for a while.
What a great start to this race. Track has to be we don't repeat the 400 last year.
And you mentioned,
we've
all mentioned the switch from Thor Sport made over the offseason over.
It's just
to
annoying
the
that the
Ford.
rain had to
you
come and
think
upset
about just the trucks
the
that they have
day.
here on the track tonight,
I don't want to have
it's
to
a big season
here during the
undertaking.
rain.
And Cody that runs their fab shop, they've had to get 60 trucks ready for this season. You think about all the variations and tracks that we run, the super speedways, the intermediates, the road courses, the dirt, the show cars, everything that they're responsible for. This entire team is excited about this season. All of the drivers seem rejuvenated. The crew chiefs are rejuvenated. It's go time.
Saw Ben in the garage yesterday, and
someone's saying it's starting
he
to
did
rain.
have a little bump, a little bounce, and even though he couldn't go back to back, it's so difficult to win 2 championships in a row. And when you consider the season
Beard,
that he put together last year,
saying,
winning on the dirt at Bristol, and making it back to Phoenix, and being
I don't care what they have to say. Brock Beard saying, wherever they're finding the grand marshals for these last couple races, keep bringing them. They're just the right level of hyped. And that's always important. You want to get it started off with a bang. You don't want it to be low energy or all that. Anyway, so Brock Beard, of course, he conducts the last car standings right now. Like, lists Tyler Ankrum as the last placed truck. See, right now they're taking a look at Zane Smith, who, of course, won the championship for the Truck Series in 2022. He was the only one of the drivers that I wanted to win the championship that actually won it. Which, I mean, I'm happy for him, but it means I have to suffer through a Ty Gibbs and Joey Logano championship. It was not fun. But I should also mention, while we're at a super speedway, only one super speedway race in the history of NASCAR has ever had all cars that started the race finish it, regardless on whether they lead a lap or not. And that was last year's Fall Talladega race for the Xfinity Series, which is freaking wild. But just fun fact. We're currently on lap 9 out of 100, and only one of those laps has been completed under green. Looking at Toby Christie, talking about Lawless Allen, who failed to make the race. He was the last driver to get knocked out. In fact, I should also mention, there were many owners' point swaps before the season started. So his points were given to the 34 truck, and he got the 44 truck's points from last year, the one driven by Chris Wright. Goddamn Chris Wright. And as such, the 34 truck was the last truck to make it into the field. So Lawless Allen said he hit Speedy dry during his run, which caused his slow lap time. It says that he was unaware of an owner point swap and thought he'd be good on points, so he's understandably upset, which is fair enough. I don't know how he wasn't aware of it. It was on Twitter. Pastrana coming down pit road again. I don't know what the hell is wrong. Carson Osavar said that he thinks Nice could be an elite team. With one of your 3 trucks is already screwed up. Or maybe they're just pitting for fuel and making an adjustment at the front. Maybe that's tape. I guess I want to be extra sure they make it to the end. Because at the end of the day, Pastrana is not racing for points. He's racing for a win. Because he's a rallycross dude. So, different ploys. So, or that or I don't know. Lawless Allen says he was super frustrated because he wanted to show the strides the number 45 team has made since Phoenix. He says he intended to secure another last-second ride, but those talks broke down to the team of being another manufacturer. That's what they were going on about earlier on Twitter, mentioning that they were trying to find a team. So I don't know what car. Maybe Reum Brothers Racing, but I don't know. Talking about Travis Pastrana's resume. Always remember him in NASCAR. He ran the 60 car in 2013, I think, the full year, and he sucked nards. Remember, he ran the 45 or 40 at Vegas in 2020. Yeah, Pastrana is a motorsport god. John, better be safe than sorry. I agree. Anyway, it looks like we're coming around.
Right, we're going back to the
pace truck's finally pulling off, restarting on lap 11.
Daytona,
oh God, can we
please
please
Let's try this
get this stage under green?
These restarts, it's all about the push. And you can see DiBenedetto is right there on the back of Eckes, as is Majeski on Matt.
Teammates
I don't think we've ever had a truck Daytona race be stopped end early.
With Craftsman
I
in the
think.
yellow 88, Ben Rose in the black and orange number 90.
Eckes out to a commanding lead, or not really commanding, but he's leading over the two columns of Craftsman and DiBenedetto. But here comes Craftsman back on the outside with Majeski right behind him.
And just behind her in that white 35, fourth in
Eckes
line.
coming back along with DiBenedetto. Manufacturers lining up.
Behind him in the yellow and black 23 for GMS. He's won.
And the twosome of Eckes and DiBenedetto has rocketed out in front. On the bottom, it's Nick, I think that's Nick Sanchez coming up.
You got to watch that. He hasn't raced at Daytona and Talladega in quite a few years. These things get to moving around. You've got to be so precise, because you slide up just a couple of feet, you cause a big crash.
Yeah, or you open that lane up and someone's going to drive that truck
Finally, we're really down under
green.
green.
Mistake early, and it's a lesson you learn. It just makes you better and more prepared for the rest of the day. These trucks will start to drift and slide, and you can see that one truck, the orange truck, about 4 or 5 back. He's not pinning it to the bottom. I think that's where he wants to be. His truck just isn't allowing him to do so.
Ty Majeski in that 98. Big push. Matt Crafton.
Here comes Crafton now to the lead. And right now, looking at that's a Toyota 1-2-3 in the outside line. Crafton, then Majeski, and then Haley Teagan.
Running inside line second, that white and blue number 25 Rackley Roofing Chevrolet. Pushing that 19.
Really looks like aggressive push. See him sliding around. Eckes up front. Ooh, that looked a little slippery just for a moment.
You know, Phil, for a kid that hasn't done this before, I like him being third, fourth, fifth back in line. You've got to be in every position in order to learn how to execute and win the race later on.
And right behind him, give a call to Jack Wood, driving the 51 for Kyle Busch. He's hanging in early. Tremendous in qualifying earlier today. The Chevys were fast in practice yesterday and appear to be good now that we're in race conditions.
Keep an eye on that one truck a few back. He's just not able to hold low, and he sees losing gas ground there. I don't think that truck's handling well.
That scared me. I got to write something down real quick.
In a tight draft is not fun.
Remember,
all right, Crafton all the way out to the lead now. Maybe we'll see if that outside line will start to charge up. Eckes coming back around on the inside, though, and he'll take back the lead as they start to enter turn 1.
Maybe he's paying for it now, a little lack of downforce possibly.
What about Crafton? He elected to move up and get in front of his teammate, Ty Majeski. He was leading the race, saw his teammate back there, moved up to get that spot, and opened up the door for Derek Kraus.
After a couple of early cautions because of rain, sprinkles in the area, we haven't seen much green flag racing, but we're seeing it now.
Good run on the outside line, thanks to Majeski pushing Crafton back out to the lead. Matt Crafton, I mentioned, has been winless since the second race at Kansas in 2020.
On the bottom and took the lead.
Kind of like his other winless streak, which is about 3 years long, dating back to Eldora in 2017. Maybe he could pull off a win this season to end another similar drought. Eckes coming back around. Obviously, it's like Eckes and DiBenedetto great on the inner part of the track, using the track closest to the grandstands. But as we get to the backstretch area, that outside line really gets going with the pushes and the speed.
Getting down to it, lap 15, only 6 laps to go to the end of stage 1.
Man, I talked about y'all reminding me to remain calm. I just know how difficult this is.
Benedetto now out to second, and here comes Nick Sanchez to third. On the inside now is also Jack Wood up to fourth in that 51 truck. That inside line really moving forward.
Yeah, 3 Chevrolets lined up on the inside as well. Actually, way, but there's 5 Chevrolets lined up now on the
Good
inside.
manufacturer,
All the way back to that champion
teamwork.
Chevrolet of Grant Enfinger, the yellow and black one.
And I guess we shouldn't be surprised that Eckes and DiBenedetto are doing positive things on that inside lane. Eckes led the most
You got to, of course,
laps
watch out
last
for
fall
are the
at
runs,
Talladega.
those dreaded
Matt
runs
DiBenedetto, as we
from
said
your
earlier,
opponents.
got the checkered flag. They understand this style of racing, and right behind them, our pole sitter, making his Truck Series debut, the reigning ARCA champ, Nick Sanchez, looks good early.
That's with a new team, new team of the Truck Series, I should say, or NASCAR, because Rev Racing, Craftsman looking a little wiggly. Anyway, Rev Racing, the team that handles a lot of the diversity drivers in the ARCA series, they moved up with Nick Sanchez in collaboration with Kyle Busch
There's plenty of
Motorsports,
time to do that.
and he's running very
4 laps
well.
to go, stage 1. Eckes, DiBenedetto down low, and Nick Sanchez.
We've got 4 laps to go in the stage. And also looking at the other rookie contenders, Daniel Dye's in 20th, Roger Carruth in 16th.
You got Ty Majeski and Haley Deegan driving to 13 full-time in 2023.
Looks like the inside line is starting to gain momentum a bit.
Out of that outside
It's just a
lane, down
good
to the
push
bottom to
from
line up with those Chevys,
Majeski to
but look at
Craftsman,
this
but leaving
push.
the 13 all alone.
Wow, what a big
Great
move
push.
those Thorpe Sport trucks just made.
That outside lane starting to break up a little
It
bit.
is.
Oh, see there?
Ooh.
That's what I'm talking about. It's so
Majeski
hard
just,
to keep
or
that
no,
truck down on the
I
bottom
thought
when you
Majeski
have one
moved
on the
down.
outside.
I was wrong. Ooh, it looks like a problem for Daniel Dye, or maybe he just lost the draft, excuse me. He's on the tail end of the
You
draft.
look at this group, and most of these drivers that you see back behind
Appears
the
like we
lead
basically
pack,
have 2
they make
different
pit stops,
packs.
didn't have a lot of
Daniel
track
Dye is
position,
barely hanging
and
on to
I
the
guess
edge,
they make
along
the
with Zane
decision,
Smith
we do
and
not
Corey
wanna
LaJoy.
invest in
And that's
whatever could
that's
be
20
happening
seconds
up there.
to first.
And when you're
The
back
rest
there
of the
like that, Adam,
the
you
rest
can
is about a
save
second
gas as well.
behind
So there
at
could be
least.
other drivers
In
that
fact,
are
last
fading
place
back
Josh
just
Reaume
to
is
roll out of the
16
gas
seconds
rig and making
behind
sure they
right
can make
now.
it to the end of stage 2.
And Michael, this is exactly what Zane Smith told me earlier today he would do. He said if we can't get top 5 in stage 1, then we were just going to lay back and protect our truck, do everything we could to make sure we're there at the end of the night. The team had this plan from earlier today.
It's easy to see the big picture when you've won a championship, right? Everything comes at you just a little
And the outside line is
slower.
caught up with 2 to go.
Change
Crafton
perspective.
to the lead on the outside
Stage
line
1.
as we cross the
It still
finish
looks like the
line.
pace lap.
But
I
man,
know it don't feel
that's
like
just the
the pace
power
lap.
of
I've been out there and
aerodynamics,
done
man.
that.
It's
Look at some of the
crazy.
open cars that made it in, or I'll say open,
Crafton's
but the
hanging,
part-timers.
baby.
How about Clay Greenfield? He always seems to run well in these
Well,
super
fire
speedways.
come out of
He's
the
in
exhaust pipe.
14th
Somebody backed
position.
off the throttle big time
And looking at
over
the
center
other
of the corner.
part-time
What is all of this
teams,
teaching you for later
the
tonight?
97 of
Teaching
Cody
Nick
Rohrbach
Sanchez
in
is how loose
28th,
this
and the
truck
last
can get if you
one,
under up off the bottom. Everybody's learning something. They're learning how their
actually,
truck is handling. They're learning how to roll off the gas.
never mind. The other-
take
and the
advantage of
one
runs
truck,
in
which is
order to
part-time,
be
is
able
back in
to pick up the help
26th.
from behind. Haley Deegan doing an see there?
Ooh, man.
See how loose these guys are getting?
Anyway, where did
Lieutenant Gray, I
Majeski
think,
makes
in
his way to the
15
lead?
start getting loose.
Look at Ty Majeski jumping to the outside of
I
his
need to pay
teammate
more
Matt
attention
Crafton.
because
He now leads
I need
1
to
lap
be
go
picking
stage
up
1.
what they're
Christian
missing,
Eckes
'cause that was
getting
so
loose
late.
as they come through the tri-oval and back toward turn 1.
I'm pulling for him to make it.
Matt Crafton also moved to the bottom line. Anyway, we're on the final lap of the stage. Figured I should mention that, so it might get a little rough as they're grappling for stage points as they move to the back stretch.
Most of these
Behind
spotters will be
Majeski, it's
working
Crafton
all
and Eckes.
weekend.
Eckes getting a little boost
The best
once
spotters
again
in
from
the
DiBenedetto
business
on the
of these truck
outside
guys
as he's
right
coming
here.
up strong.
The roles
As
are
they enter turn
reversed.
3,
It was
Eckes is going to
and
have
DiBenedetto
second
down
wind.
low. Now they're working together against those Thor Sport Fords.
Here they
To
come.
the low lane, they're up high. Let's see
Who's
how
going to
it
grab the
finishes here in
stage,
the
stage
opening
win
stage.
and the playoff point?
bobble there.
Oh, the 98 gets super loose. He's going to squirrel him up behind. Here comes Eckes. Oh, man, that was wild. And Christian Eckes will win the stage. Matt Crafton second. Matt DiBenedetto third. Haley Deegan fourth. Nick Sanchez fifth. Ty Majeski sixth. Carson Olsenbar seventh. Tanner Gray eighth. Jack Wood ninth. And Grant Enfinger in 10th. What a great save by Ty
Everybody take a deep
Majeski.
breath.
And Christian Eckes having moved
you okay?
to
I
a
think
brand
I've been
new
messed up ever
team
since I came through
in the
the tunnel.
offseason after having to make way for the new member at Thorpe Sport. He starts it off with a great stage win. He hasn't won since Las Vegas in the fall of 2021. Man, looking at Majeski was sideways. Actually, it's something I appreciate that Fox did for this stint is after that they went caution. They didn't go after the caution and went back to green for the last half of stage. They didn't go to commercial, which they just love going to commercial. So it's just nice that we got to see all of that, and now we got a stupid Sport Clips commercial. Alrighty. And if those who haven't watched NASCAR before, although honestly I don't know why you'd be watching if you weren't into NASCAR, I just feel obligated to explain. Stage points go to the top 10 finishers per stage. Eckes gets 10 points for finishing first. Craftsman gets 9. Benedetto gets 8th. Deegan gets 7, and then so on and so forth. Okay, Matt Weaver on Twitter reports, Time Majeski was leading late until I got fucking sideways. On the bottom, I'm sideways. I did not feel comfortable on the bottom. I was sideways and had to bail on the 88. No, all drivers remain on the lead lap. See that, my man Blue Jimmy 48 fan, Angry Birds enthusiast and NASCAR enthusiast. He's at the track right now. It looks like he got something. What did he get on video? Oh man, it looks like he got I think he got an autograph from Jimmy Johnson, which is his all-time hero, of course, considering his name is Jimmy 48 fan. Who would have guessed it? It's awesome getting to meet the drivers that you look up to, the drivers that you root for. When I was in Charlotte, Hendrick was having an event at their campus, and I got a bumper cover signed by William Byron. He drove up to the stage in his Liberty University car, which was, it was freaking awesome. You more into NASCAR when you were younger? Yeah, well, yeah. Well, actually, it's astonishing considering it's mostly the older crowd, but I digress. That was then. This is now, I suppose.
It was a fuel-only.
So not all the field, most of the field, or some of the field did not pit because they're trying to play a separate fuel strategy.
A little more than they wanted to, just to get ahead of it for later in the race. A little bit free with him right now.
See gas and go for most of these teams, but we saw Zane Smith come in and put 4 tires on his truck.
I think that means he didn't like his truck, Phil.
I would think so too.
Need his handling improved.
Here's a little stage 1 recap. Christian Eckes, second career stage win. Matt Crafton hangs on to finish second. Solid run for Matt DiBenedetto. Haley Deegan, good start to the year.
Her best stage finish, if I'm not mistaken.
The rookie.
Good to start off with 7 points right off the bat.
Stage 2 coming up on FS1.
I'm telling y'all, I'm the strongest Sanders in the family. The whole family.
Nah, this is strong.
How's that for strong? This that auntie strong.
Can y'all do this?
Boy, you want to see strong? That is strong.
I love to have one of my own someday.
Thanks.
Oh, I was talking about your USAA bumper sticker.
My dad's their past membership.
Looking at Brock Beard because he looks at the last place stuff. So yeah, Josh Reaume had been in last place for most of that. He had an issue talking about the master switch. The truck shut off, then is apparently running again. That was lap 15. Lap 17 smells like popcorn in here. Not sure if that's electrical. Lap 21 still talking over the electrical issue. The last time I cycled the switch twice. I didn't feel like we had an issue until we changed the starter. It's a good analysis. I like it. Right now, the 22 is still listed as last place. And according to Brock Beard, the 22 truck has only had one last place finish at Daytona, which is Wayne Edwards in 2009. Yes, Wayne Edwards. Anyway, looks like we're back. No, we're not. Okay. You tricked me. You tricked me. Corey Heim to the rear for crew member over the wall too soon. Chris Wright speeding in the last section of pit road. Yeah, popcorn would be nice. I didn't eat dinner today, so you know, anything would be nice. All right, we'll score on lap 24. Second stage 2 goes to lap 40.
Stage 1 complete. Christian Eckes wins it. Everybody came down pit road with the exception of Stuart Friesen, and now as we get set for the second stage, it's time to do the choose.
Sounds like a dance. Let's do the choose. What do y'all say?
It is a dance somewhat.
What about that beautiful number 52? Stuart Friesen's got her on the front row.
Yeah, Tyler Ankrum was one of the trucks that pitted early on lap number 8, but now has that track position. We know he can make it to the end of this second stage.
From 7th on back, they pitted at the end of stage 1. Everybody up there in the top 6 stayed out there.
And
so
remember, the guys in the top 6, that meant they elected to give away those, points by running in the back.
Top 6 did not pit. Ankrum, Friesen, Colby Howard, Kligerman, Purdy, and Pastrana.
By 1 point. These stage points are very important. It'll be interesting to see as we race into the second stage what the strategy turns out to be for some of these teams.
And I think people can probably have the mindset, well, this is the first race of the year. Stage points aren't as important. We need to position ourselves for the end of the race or whatever, but they are important week in, week out.
You get to
the extra 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Come back here and take those points.
Point/point.
Those cards have been played.
Yeah.
I don't think we could have asked much more out of that first stage than what we got. So much action.
What about that 52, Stuart Friesen, Amanda?
I was just talking to the team, and they elected to stay out there, said that they're 1 lap to the good on fuel. They're finding it good in conserving that here as we open up the race. Expects to get through stage 2 on what is in the truck currently.
It sounds like there's a party in the pit box down there, doesn't it?
It does. Amanda's rocking out down there.
We needed to get a shot of Amanda doing that report. I know she was dancing. I know she was.
I want one of those T-shirts. Did you see the T-shirt Trip Bruce was wearing?
I want to watch Colby Howard. He's a human highlight reel. He's in that 9 truck on that second row.
CR7 Motorsports, a truck that has finished 3rd here in the past with Cody Warbog.
This kid getting the victory.
All right, here we go. We're green on lap 26. The first 25% complete.
Basis here in the truck series.
Our third restart.
Everything cycles through. Stage 2 ends up being only 15 laps. Stuart Friesen, nice jump in that outside lane.
Not a lot of push from that second row either, but now they'll close in. You can see Howard with the big run through the center of the corner. He's going to pull right up on the back of Tyler Ankrum.
Several new faces up here in the top 10 now after the jumble up from the pit stop.
Pastrana's trying to push Friesen
already.
Or no, it's Kligerman, excuse me.
Pushing and bobbing and weaving. Look at that run from Parker Kligerman on the back of Stuart Friesen as they go 1-2.
Friesen to the lead.
Inside lane, 3rd truck back. That's the 4 of Chase Purdy. New team this year, driving for Kyle Busch Motorsports. Talked about his misfortune during qualifying, but he's in the mix.
I think that's the most difficult part of the track, Phil. What do you think? As you try to exit turn 4, keeping your truck straight on that tight exit?
And the tri-oval is not a straightaway.
Ankrum back to the lead
and it's
to the
not
tri-oval.
near as much as the 31-degree banks in the corner, about 18 degrees, I think, in the tri-oval.
I think percentage-wise, we wreck as much on the straightaways as we do in the corners.
Even the flat back straightaway, we can seem to wreck. And we're not talking about just these drivers.
Big bump from the 4 to the 9 to the 16.
We've done it.
3 square numbers all in a row.
That could happen last night to Kyle Busch.
Sure did.
2 out front, got the
2 squared to 3 squared to 4 squared.
Still inside, you guys get momentum.
Ooh, they're 3 wide. Ooh, wait.
3 wide.
You don't want to get
You
trapped.
can do 3 wide at Daytona, but if you go 4 wide, then you crash.
Corey LaJoie was very aggressive on that lap, getting to that high side. He's had a couple of trucks decide to go with him. Now that third lane is forming. Can they make a pass? Can they make it all the way to the front? We know how fast that
Looks like the outside lane is starting to fade.
Travis Pastrana right now, 3rd row.
I see that, but now they're catching up through the turns.
41 truck.
And he's getting some help.
Like they almost don't get some of the trucks somewhere. Oh, Pastrana went to the outside. Almost looked like he was getting a little anxious about his decision. Almost went back and almost caused a crash, it looks like. Hocevar through the middle.
You're going to roll.
If I'm
We
Travis
are 3
Pastrana,
wide.
I don't mind being on
I
the
love it.
outside. I don't want to be in the middle, though. I don't know enough about this yet to make that decision, but he's hanging on. Look at him making progress, too.
Hey, keep an eye on that 9 truck just behind our leader, Tyler Ankrum. Colby Howard has been bouncing around a lot.
Oh, we got a wreck.
Daniel dies around.
43 truck.
This will be our 4th one of the night. First one.
Dean Thompson on fire.
Clay Greenfield, the 84.
The 84. Oh, one of the open trucks. And it looks like the 13 has some damage. Fuck.
Got a piece of that. That's Dean Thompson in the 5. We saw fire out from under.
Come on, really?
Greenfield was a big mover.
Well, the 84's tire is all fucked up.
At the end of that first stage.
Yeah,
right
terminal
front.
damage right there on that truck.
84's
Give it
done.
up.
Well, it stinks for that team. And the 5 truck was on fire. It looks like they've stopped.
For a little rain.
Great.
Had the caution in stage 1, and now a crash. And there you see the 13 Haley Deegan. Heavy damage on her Ford.
Why would I ever want anything good to
on
happen?
fire.
And he's going to drive. Yeah, obviously.
That engine's going to blow up.
Yeah.
Why?
Shut that thing off.
After she got stage points too.
Well, and then come to a stop.
The
Yeah,
13 is
that.
pancaked.
Pretty much about that, yeah. Oh, look at Matt DiBenedetto.
And Dibby got damaged
Such a great
too.
Start to the race. Damage on the front and the rear. Right front tires down as well.
I don't believe
43
Daniel
has
suffered
left rear
to end
damage,
his night.
but not a lot.
Hey, if you can hang in the game, you just never know what's going to materialize at this place.
Dean Thompson's out of his truck.
You think these trucks need to be aerodynamically pristine to maybe have a chance? We're going to see very few trucks that are pristine at the end of this race. You have a chance if you can stay in contention.
Some adversity tonight for the guys at Tricon Garage. We saw Dean Thompson, Corey Heim had the penalty at the end of stage 1 that cost him some track position.
Looks like the most damage right there on Haley Deegan's truck.
What happened?
Looks like she might have got the worst of it along with.
She was on the inside line.
And Dean Thompson.
Is a team truck. Are you taking some inventory on who's involved so you know maybe if you've lost a draft partner or two in this situation?
Yeah, that's why these guys.
Well,
lean
can we
so
see a
heavily on
freaking
the spotters.
replay?
You know, the spotters have a playbook up top, and they know who's what, where, and who's been helpful and who hasn't. So yeah, you certainly pay attention to every truck that experiences problems.
You know, Phil, you and I had a chance earlier today to sit in on the safety meeting and learn a little bit about what goes on behind the scenes. Great to see.
Can we see a replay? God damn it!
There on the spot, taking care of these drivers after they were involved in the accident.
We kind of take it for granted a little bit. Even as drivers, we took it for granted, but it's amazing the job that they do.
What happened?
See if we can dissect what happened. In the middle lane back there, the blue and white car, there's the truck of Clay Greenfield, the blue and yellow one. See what happens to Clay, because right behind him is Daniel Dye, and Daniel was about, oh, Clay just gets loose.
Yeah, he kind of got squeezed a little bit in the middle, got loose. And all these other trucks just a victim of circumstances.
Damn it, Clay.
Daniel Dye almost got through there.
And you talked, Phil, we talked just a bit ago about the triangle not being as banked as much as the corner. It's easy to get loose through there. And that's exactly what happened to Greenfield.
Looked like Clay moved up the racetrack just a little bit
and
maybe made some slight contact with a truck on the outside, and then looks like he may have lost control. And these other trucks with nowhere to go. There's Haley Deegan, the 13, the 5 of Dean Thompson, and the Rackley truck of DiBenedetto.
You think about those drivers and teams that elected not to pit at the end of stage 1, gain that track position. This is the kind of mess you can avoid when you establish a position at the front. We know accidents can happen anywhere here.
From first and second, they can. Yeah.
But when you're up there, you minimize the chances of getting involved in something like this.
A couple of trucks back. Here's Daniel Dye looking on. There goes Greenfield.
Get up, hang on.
32.
He was going to be
got in
fine.
him a
Clay
bit
came
too.
up the racetrack and
Brett
flipped him in
Holmes.
the left rear corner.
I don't believe his night's over, though, Phil.
No, I don't think so. He has a flat tire. Obviously, we saw that, but he'll get in there. They'll get that changed and maybe tune up the slight body damage a little bit and be back in contention.
Red flag.
What about that mess?
You know, we
Golly,
missed
so
it because it took so long for the
many
fucking
good
replay.
trucks involved. One truck that wasn't involved, that was Tanner Gray. Watch the move Tanner Gray makes when we get another look at this thing. He's the white truck on the inside of Clay Greenfield. Check this out. There's Haley Deegan coming to a stop in her Ford truck. Check out this truck right here. There goes Greenfield. Look at that. Tanner just slips to the bottom, keeps going. You got to have cat-like reflexes to make that move, and he did it perfectly.
Let's ride one more time with Daniel Dye.
There's Tanner. You were talking about it right there. Probably a little bit of right front damage where he did make contact, but had he not made that evasive move, he'd have been dead in the middle of this.
Rajah Caruth also right there in the middle of the crash when it started.
Haley Deegan's truck is on fire while it stops. He's going to climb out and be done for the night.
And I don't know how much damage he got, but it was limited when you consider where he was, I believe. You can see now we're under the red flag. 30 laps in.
It's like Dean Thompson will get the last place finish.
Stage. Fourth caution leads to a red. It's for an incident that happened in the trial right at the start-finish line.
Buying a home? Rocket
No,
Mortgage will cover
great.
1% of
We
your
had cautions for rain. Now we got a red flag about a third of the way into the race. Boy, this goes going so well. All right, with Thompson classified last, 1.014 seconds back at the lead lap at the time of the wreck, he'll be the first driver with a single-digit number to finish last at the truck race at Daytona, according to Brock Beard. Frustration. I didn't even notice this, but Johnson and Elliott were fastest in cup practice completely, so that's wonderful. Looking at Jimmy Johnson after topping the first practice. It drives like a stock car. It doesn't drive like an Indy car, thank God. Putting some jazz at himself for how miserable he did in an Indy car. Anyway, we've got, it's a bit of a lull right now. Because right now we got freaking red flags. Clean up all the debris. About five, I think around 5 trucks were in this wreck. Possibly a few more.
Go, man.
When we think about rookie stripes, Daniel Day is doing everything he
Daniel
can
Dye,
to
not
earn
Daniel
his here
Day.
this weekend. When we kicked off practice earlier in the week, prior to that, he got a visit from the King, Richard Petty, but the day would not go well. He didn't even see the track with some issues underneath the hood of the truck. And then in qualifying, was happy with the lap that he put down, but here in the race already, he's just been fighting the looseness of this truck. They actually came in during that first caution to gain some more tighten in the truck, but seems like they're still struggling with here today. In terms of strategy going forward, they're going to look at this truck, assess the damage, and get it back on track. Regan?
Well, Amanda Parker Klingerman, somebody we always expect to see towards the front of these truck races when we come to the super speedways. No different tonight, working very well with Stuart Friesen there as we had that restart. As they got to the front and they were pushing, though, Parker had to back off some. The reason for that is that truck began to overheat. Keep an eye on things as this race plays out and we get to the end, and you need to really be able to stay up there on that truck in front of you. They're going to have to make an adjustment so they can run longer. One more side note on this team. This team nearly did not make it here. They had a hauler issue in Georgia earlier this week. The truck got stuck in Georgia in the hauler as they had a hub burn up. Fortunately, the truck driver was able to get that fire put out on the hub and get the hauler back on the road. Jamie?
Well, how about our race leader, Tyler Ankrum? Now you could call him somewhat of a veteran in the field. This is his 91st truck race. He's looking to get his second win. His first win came all the way back in 2019. But he calls this season a fresh start for him. He said the only thing that's the same as before is the number 16 on the
Also,
side
Dean
of that
Thompson
truck.
finished last at Daytona last year.
I spoke with him. He said they
Well,
made that decision to come in early.
at least he can't do any worse next year.
They qualified 27th. It did them no good to stay out there and run in 27th. And what it did was it put him in the lead of this race right now. We've got rain coming down again. Nobody knows what's going to happen, but they feel pretty good about the truck they have underneath Tyler.
Yeah, it's unpredictable, but it's always much easier to play with a lead than it is to try and come from behind. And it cracks me up. Forever we've said,
wait, it's raining too?
Anywhere at Daytona, Talladega, and then we get here and all we talk about is gaining track position, right?
Yeah.
Here's the reason we're under the red flag.
You can't win from the garage.
That's right. That's right.
The yellow truck in the middle there just has it step out on him, Clay Greenfield, and look at the mess that ensues.
Great job by Brett Holmes. Now he's going to make slight contact, I think, with the 43 of Daniel Dye.
But very slight.
Very slight. It could have been a lot worse.
You know, there were some great examples of total truck control when you think of Holmes, the way he was able to make that move, and Tanner Gray as well.
Chase Elliott right there going by in that white truck.
Daniel Dye was just so close to getting through it himself. Around he went. I think the driver
raining it's raining in turn 1.
The crew chiefs are saying it's raining, and the drivers are saying no, it's not.
I got to tell you though, it's. I mean,
we're under yellow. We're under yellow.
So we understand now. They're going to lift the red flag, so they can bring the trucks around, put them on pit road.
Oh, come on.
And then we will reassess and reset and wait out the rain here at Daytona.
It was just very, very brief, and I'm not sure it's even raining anymore on the front stretch out our broadcast position.
Regan, what do you have?
Well, Adam, literally, as you were saying, they were going to bring him to pit road. The rain stopped down here. It's not raining down here anymore. Just a very, very fine mist. I got to imagine that it's really close to getting these trucks at least back on the track to get this thing dried off.
Now, we're just going to make a total liar out of you, Regan, and this illustrates how big Daytona International Speedway is. But just as Regan says it's not raining anymore, we cut to a shot where it's obviously raining. So there you go.
Oh, my God.
I appreciate your positive attitude, Regan. I really do. I can't believe you didn't come back at me on that.
Ben Rhodes.
I don't think this is going to be much of a delay. That rain was so brief.
Yeah, and it never rained hard.
Yeah. Daniel Dye with his
back on the racetrack
on board. He's on the track. I think he can still be competitive. I do see enough damage. Yeah. This is another great example, Adam, of how slight the rain is. We've got that onboard camera, and there was nothing falling where Daniel was.
Now, of course, Daniel involved in the crash, so he'll go on the damaged vehicle policy clock. They'll have 6 minutes to get that thing repaired. Should be easy once we return to the green flag. he'll have to meet minimum speed, but I would anticipate, as you guys said, he should be just fine to continue. And depending on how this race plays out later on, that could be huge.
And this time right here will not count against him, obviously, as the pace truck brings the field down on pit road.
Yeah, that clock only runs when you enter pit road, and then it stops once you exit. But as you said, under this circumstance, that clock will not be running and count against their time to repair the number 43. Well, it's been bizarre, hasn't it?
Yes.
We ran 2 laps, rain. Run a handful more laps.
More rain.
Rain. We finally make it to the end of the stage.
Rain.
And now a crash, a red flag, and Mother Nature making her presence known once again. Halfway through our second stage at Daytona, Tyler Ankrum is your race leader.
When you stay at a Verbo, you always get the whole home.
Oh my
because
God.
Is it really a vacation home if you have to?
The season the season, it's like the off season is like, no, just a little longer. And now this race is starting to drag. Why you gotta do this to me, NASCAR? Mother Nature. We're just going to try and get to lap 50 and then we're going to call it a race? You know, this is just painful to sit through. Deegan's gonna be good this year, too bad for her. So yeah, she was running that. She ran top 10 all stage 1. I don't know if it was a pit strategy or a bad pit stop. She got back to like 20th, and then she got caught up in that freaking wreck. Next truck race is Las Vegas, which is notorious for crazy restarts. And she's been wrecked, I think, both times at that race. It's at the spring race. Oh, my Lord.
Right here on FS1, qualifying tomorrow morning, 11:30. Michael and me going to be in the booth. And then tomorrow afternoon, when we go with our race coverage, Austin Dillon, Daytona 500 winner, is up here alongside Ryan Blaney. That's pretty good guest panelist lineup.
They know a little bit about Daytona, don't they?
Yeah, Ryan's last Cup win was here, 2021 in August, and Austin Dillon won here last August and won the Daytona 500 in 2018.
See Tyler Ankrum, great pit strategy by Doug Randolph, his new crew chief. Got him the lead, got him in front of that situation. Let's see if we can chat with Tyler Ankrum. Hey, Tyler Ankrum, Phil Parsons and the boys up in the Fox booth. You got a copy?
I got you there, Phil.
Well, we were talking about the only thing that's the same as last year is the number and the driver. Everything else is different, but a great pit call by your new crew chief, Doug Randolph, to get you up front, got you the lead, and got you, more importantly, probably got you ahead of the accident we just saw.
Yeah, I'm happy to have been ahead.
Oh, we're under yellow again. Yay.
I would have been back there in that fray if Doug hadn't made that call. Been super happy with Doug so far, and I just want this dang rain to go away.
It's kind of hard to believe we stopped this race 3 times or had rain 3 different times, but doing a great job, buddy. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you, boys.
I like how
Ankram's been winless since Kentucky
Phil
since the Kentucky race in 2019. I believe he won that because the driver ahead of him ran out of fuel.
Talk to me and I'll talk right
I don't
back.
remember
That's
who.
like when you're
so.
expecting a call from the boss. And
Let me
you're
look
on the
that
phone.
up because I'm pretty sure that's how it happened. It might have been Brett Moffitt that ran out of fuel.
Now you look at Hattori. Such a successful program here in the Craftsman Truck Series, winning the championship with Brett Moffitt, everything that Austin Hill was able to accomplish. They missed the playoffs last year, which was shocking.
Yeah, Brett Moffitt ran out of fuel, and
feeling,
Ankram won the race. It was the first win for David Gilliland Racing. Now, of course, Tricon Garage.
And
now we're back.
Really put some things together.
Remember, they went to 2 trucks last year.
Right.
Maybe diluted the effort a little bit, back to 1 truck this year, looking for good things.
Every time the boss calls me, Adam, I say, hello? Like, what I do now? A little less than confident that it's to tell me how great I'm doing.
What's up, Jamie?
Just talked to Joe Shear Jr., the crew chief for Ty Majeski. Remember in that first stage, Ty was able to lead 2 of the laps, but he was right there in the mix of it, helping out his teammate Matt Crafton, who also led 2 laps. Asked him why they made that late dive to pit lane to get some fuel at the end of the first stage, and Joe Shear Jr. said, "That was a mistake. I should have known better." Hindsight's 2020, though. The good news, he was able to tighten up the truck a little bit. As soon as this rain goes away, they get to go racing. They feel like they've got a pretty good truck underneath them. Amanda?
Haley Deegan has been checked and released from the Advent Health Care Center here in the infield. And Haley, you just told me off camera that there's not much that you thought you could do differently there. And knowing your intentions for this season, how do you digest what happened here?
I mean, it's super speed racing. You kind of go into it expecting to just, if you get out of it, great. If you can't, that's kind of just what's expected. Very few of them make it out of these super speed races. So kind of just went into this one with trying to do our best, stay towards the front. We had a really good first stage, and I feel like we got good stage points. We had a good finish right there. Just trying to be really going from the start and seeing if that plays a different, I'd say, role in it, because I've hung back in the past, and it has worked a few times, has worked not some other times. So at the end of the day, we try a little different tactic here this year with my new team, and it was working out for the first stage, but it happens.
Thank you, Haley.
Yep.
I'll tell you what, Adam, every now and then you're in a wreck that was unavoidable. And that was certainly the case for Haley.
Without
there
a doubt.
was nothing she could have done different. She just got swept up into something that was unavoidable.
Great thing about stage racing. If you can get some stage points early, it helps minimize a rough night. She got a few at the end of stage 1, and that will ease the pain of what's going to be a very frustrating evening that ends with a did not finish in the season opener. Inside of 10 laps to go, stage 2, when we return to the green flag. This is what put us under caution for the 4th time.
Now we wait some more. Oh my god, there's not going to be a lot left of the stage, that's for sure. We've been here an hour and we've only completed like the first part of the fucking race. We're not even a third of the way through yet. All right, almost there. We're almost ready to get back going. Come on. Yeah, 3 trucks are out. Thompson in last, Deegan in 35th, Clay Greenfield in 34th. So 1 point for Thompson and 9 for Deegan, 3 for Greenfield. Oh, man. We're back.
Christian Eckes, he won stage 1, currently running 12th crew chief Charles Knight. This is a new relationship. Seems like everything is going very well so far for you guys.
Yeah, it's going really well. We qualified well. We've got
Third
speed.
career
Won the first
stage win
stage,
for
which is
Christian
great to get a
Eckes.
first stage win off the year here. Get a few points in the bank so we can keep on racing. Hopefully we get a few more points here at the end of this stage. So we can kind of be released to have some fun here for the end and go for the win.
We want to see you have some fun. Good luck. Thanks.
Well, the 5 and the 13 were taken out by the 84 here today. I got Clay Greenfield. He's been cleared and released from the care center here at Daytona. And when you recall back and what was happening inside of the truck, can you walk us through from your vantage of what you saw?
Yeah, there was just a lot going on there. We had
Rare
it
you
was
see the
very difficult
back
to hold
markers
straight.
getting
We've been
some
throwing a lot of
attention,
things at
which
it
is
and hadn't
nice
quite
to
got
see,
it
though.
fixed. I was okay hanging on the outside without somebody on my door, but then when we got in the middle of 3, there's just no air out there, and I saw that as a situation I didn't want to be in. But coming off of 4, I was trying to look for an option out, but I was too blocked in, so I just had to stick with it, and it just it's just hard to hang on to. We've been fighting that all weekend, and hate it for Backyard Blues Pools. This is one of the races I should have won this race twice before. This is one that we have circled every year. I really look forward to coming here, but we'll get it fixed back and be back soon.
Never the easiest interview. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, Clay Greenfield, 38 years old from Clarksville, Tennessee, and as he said, always a player when he comes down here and races.
You know, and that's so mature. It's so hard to say. You know, we couldn't drive my truck. It just didn't handle well, and I got in a spot I didn't need to be and took blame for the crash. And
Was trying to get out of that spot, but as he was mentioned, there were trucks on the inside, trucks on the outside, front and behind him. So.
Sad, because as he said, he's been a player, and Adam, you called it. Just a shame. Makes you sad for those guys when they work so hard to put themselves in that position and has it all go away.
Take me behind the wheel and the mindset of drivers in this situation, because we've not had a ton of green flag racing. You want to get going. We're going to have a quick little shootout here, right around 6, 7, maybe 5 laps to go in the stage. When
Listen
we
to
get
Pastrana
green.
Scanner. Listen to Deegan at the same time.
I'm guessing
Pastrana didn't ask about Deegan, but he's totally winging his truck. You should linear him.
Dangerous place because
he has no idea what he's doing, yet he's doing well.
I've just seen it.
That's
the word go.
encouraging.
I don't think it's going to get any worse because it's been there from the start.
And I think a lot of it.
What does he mean by linear him?
Does
he mean listen to him?
The delays when you ride around under caution, you want to go, and when it comes time to go, the laps are slipping away on you. So puts a lot of aggression behind the wheel, and mistakes can be made. Here we go. We're choosing it up, Adam.
Yeah. Said it earlier. Haven't been doing this at super speedways, but we're going to do it this year. Used to just be the guy that was restarting the race P1 had an opportunity to decide inside, outside. Now everybody can do it at Daytona.
And I think that's great.
Yeah.
Because, it allows
Tanner Gray
strategy
did
to come
take
into
some
the play.
damage in that
and
crash.
If you're late
He
in the
is
race,
2
once
laps
your
down.
teammate behind you can put him behind you.
And sometimes before, when you had your teammate behind you, the caution came out, you were definitely going to be split up because one would be on the outside and one would be on the inside. Obviously, the guy up front would have a choice, inside or outside, but you would be split up from your teammate.
Zane Smith is back on pit road, our defending race winner, 2022 champion. They've been working on that Love's truck every chance they get.
What about that 9 truck, Jamie?
That 9 truck is driven by Colby Howard. He's with CR7 Motorsports for the full season this year, but he calls it a homecoming of sorts. He did 3 races with them back in 2021, then went to McAnally, but the 2 teams share a race shop, so he said it doesn't feel like the first day of school. He had never worked with his new crew chief, Doug George, before, but they've crossed paths certainly in the past, so he's excited about this opportunity. He just, spotter Tim Fedewell just told him, you make your decision here.
Not
I'm gonna
Fedewell.
with you. We've just got a handful of laps to go. This one's all in your hands, buddy. Amanda?
When we think about the rookies here this weekend, when we talked to Matt Crafton in qualifying, he was like, I don't know these guys' names. We're learning all about everything. Well, on Nick Sanchez's
all right, we're going to have 5 laps to go as we finally get this damn fucking race back to green.
Is ready to stop
oh,
pushing him
Lord,
from behind.
help me.
So getting up to speed here in Daytona quickly.
And Nick Sanchez says, no, I'm not. I mean, we're making good progress, but Matt just doesn't want a rookie, someone that doesn't have a lot of experience, having his front bumper on that tailgate.
Well, I said, could it get more aggressive? And evidently Matt thought it was too aggressive himself, because he said,
plenty.
Yeah, don't be pushing me like that. Restart comes, 5 to go, stage 2.
Here we go.
We're
green.
Lane. Off we go. Once again, under green at Daytona.
Colby Howard getting a good run to the front
The 52
with Stuart Friesen and Parker Kligerman behind him.
Parker Kligerman right there pushing as well.
On the inside, it's Ankrum and Purdy. Behind him is Crafton.
How about that
Rhodes trying to find his way into the top 10.
Yeah, the 4 Chase Purdy to
on the outside, looks like
because
Eckes.
of a flat tire during qualifying.
Trying to make something work on the
Second
outside.
spot, getting a push from Matt Crafton.
Yeah, I thought that was such a huge blow for that team when they had the tire issue in qualifying and had to drop to the rear, but he's been patient, worked his way to the front, and right in the game.
Oh, Crafton looped
sideways.
That tells you the veteran can't hardly hold onto that truck. These things are a handful.
4 to go at the line for the stage.
3 wide.
Ben Rhodes through the middle with a 99 truck, the white and blue truck. There he is. Look at all the ground he's gaining now. Going to pull up to Travis Pastrana, or is he going to go to the
Rhodes, the
outside?
2021 winner of the event.
The truck's bottoming out up ahead. So many things that these drivers have to get used to seeing.
Whoa.
3 wide.
Look at Ben Rhodes.
Damn, yeah, he's
right up the middle,
he's like
inside of Travis Pastrana.
wriggling like a
Crafton
snake
help
through the
from our
field.
Stage 1 winner Christian Eckes
Man.
in the 19. Meanwhile, at the front, Colby Howard jumping out in the 9.
Oh, you've got to be so careful off turn 4 with that front bumper.
See Colby Howard moving back and forth between the inside line and the outside line as we run along with Ben
3 to go
Rhodes
at the line.
right in the back of the 42 of Hocevar.
That switching lanes usually works once or twice, but eventually you lose the lead by making those moves.
Less than 3 laps to go.
Colby Howard
Second stage.
impressing in that 9
Howard
truck,
out
but he's
front.
way out front,
I
which
think he's
means
out
the
front
field
too
is
far,
going to
isn't
have
he?
a
That's
run.
what I was going to ask.
There goes the move.
Inside, outside, there comes
To
Ankrum.
the outside.
Charging hard, get the big run,
Watch this big
and he
push by
slides
the
down to the
Ford,
lead.
back up
But now the
9.
outside looks like he might have a run with Stuart Friesen and Parker
That's the key for
Kligerman.
these
Inside,
spotters
though,
is
is organized.
The 4 spotter
The top
has to
3.
tell him, you can push the 9, but if the
9
9's
giving a
against
big
the
push to the
16,
16.
oh,
Oh, almost turned him.
Golly.
Ankrum, what a save.
Man, 2 to go at the
How
line
long
of the
can they save
stage.
him, though, Alex?
Wow.
There goes Friesen to the
Damn,
outside.
stupid moves, though. Looks like Colby Howard will be caught 3 wide.
Ankrum all over
Oh,
the
man,
racetrack
it might stack up the
with a
field
push from the
slightly.
Ford Purdy.
2 laps to
Oh,
go on the
my
stage.
God, they're driving like
Friesen leads
idiots.
at Daytona.
My question is, can they make it back 2 times?
Oh, I don't know. Look at Kligerman out of shape with a push from the 9 of Colby Howard.
And look at
Colby
that
doing
third line up
stupid
the middle.
moves.
Here comes Ben Rhodes.
Man, where did he
Won
come
this
from?
race 2 years
Slithered his
ago.
way. He makes it 3 wide. He's up to
Rhodes
3rd
had the
now.
fast on the
I don't even remember where he
truck, it looks
started
like.
in the stage, but he's been making crazy
Eckes
moves
was pretty good
all
when he was getting pushed.
freaking
He looks like he's a pretty
stage.
good pusher
Stuart
as well.
Friesen's out front, by the way. Now, as we come to the line, we're going to have
Gonna be
1
one
lap to go in the
this time
stage.
around.
One more time.
Quarter.
So aggressive.
Tyler Ankrum back to the top spot. Drafting help from Chase Purdy.
Chase Purdy right
Look how
behind.
tight they are on that outside line.
I can't stand it, Phil. This is crazy.
Man. Oh, freezing into the outside wall. Turn.
Into the wall.
And there's more trucks involved.
Damn, there goes another truck. It's the 32 of Brett Holmes. And another truck. Oh, it's at the 98. No, it's Colby Howard. Oh, man. What a way to end the stage.
Truck snapped all the way around on
Oh, what a disaster.
Hung on to it.
Second crash.
Come on, what happened? I think that was Dibby. I want to say that was Dibby, but Dibby's way back. So it was a different car. It was blue and white. Oh, man. Ankrum wins the stage. Purdy second. Craftsman third. Sanchez fourth. Eckes fifth. Enfinger sixth. Rhodes seventh. Majeski eighth. Kosovar ninth. And Jack Wood in 10th.
Man, looked like they got...
Man, oh, that sucks. What happened? Toyota's... Another Toyota out. Probably right there. Maybe not terminal. I don't know. Oh, Cody Rohrbach also with damage. Did both CR7 trucks get involved?
97 going behind the wall.
Kligerman with damage. Oh, maybe it was Kligerman. He got
that's a 75. Parker Kligerman on the pit lane. He got some damage.
Yeah, good bit of damage.
Might have been Kligerman that turned freeze it.
Colby Howard was around in that 9 truck, but no damage, didn't look like.
Okay, Colby Howard, no damage, just spun.
Yeah, pit road is close, so all these drivers feel like they had to come to pit road now to make repairs.
What truck was that? It was Ben Rhodes. Okay.
Yellow and blue truck move up just a little bit too far as the outside lane had a run. Is that what took place here?
Oh, bad block.
Moved up and the 99 of Ben Rhodes.
Bad block by Friesen.
19 of Christian Eckes, so he could not hit the brakes to avoid the 52 of Stuart Friesen.
Yeah, I think that was a case of a block. See the move right there.
Yeah, and again, the 19, the second blue and white truck behind Ben Rhodes is pushing him.
Look how lucky the 19 truck got, having a hole to squeeze through there. And the veteran Matt Crafton up there battling with these kids, making it happen. Crafton third in that stage. Watch the 9. He looks like he's going the outside wall. No, let's go to the infield. Looks safer down there. Slipping and sliding, but he makes it through.
Cody Rohrbach's off the lead lap now.
Enfinger narrowly avoiding it in the 23 black and yellow truck.
Black and yellow, black and yellow.
How about the perspective of Ben Rhodes?
This is how it all started.
Tight, push it. Got the 23 out back, half off him. Push it. Come on, baby, let's go. Push it.
No damage to him.
You heard his spotter tell him the whole time he was being pushed from behind.
Rhodes got damage, but overall, I think it worked out okay for him. I mean, it could have been a whole lot worse.
Yeah, there's a lot of damage to the front of that truck, it looks like here, Adam. Look at the hood.
Yeah.
All buckled up. See, there's Grant Enfinger getting by with that 23 truck. Jack Wood, the 51, getting by. And 3 or 4 of those trucks right behind Jack Wood are all involved in this.
I went to the high side, he went to block it, and I was already in there. Can't back up either because my back wheels are off the ground.
That's an accurate assessment of exactly what took place.
Yeah.
He made a move that was fine to make. Stewart tried to close the door, but it was a little bit too late.
Yeah, and there was nothing that Ben could do because, again, he said his rear wheels were off the ground because he was getting pushed by Eckes.
What did we say earlier? Every point matters. You're coming back to finish the stage, and they're getting after it.
Oh, yeah.
I think just too much pushing.
Too much pushing, too much blocking.
There's that 99 truck in the hood.
Tanner Gray gets a free pass.
He'll come to pit road. They'll try to squeeze that thing down, see if they can get it patched up enough where he can continue and be competitive.
Pit road had been closed. It's open now. Pit stops ending stage 2. Tyler Ankrum going to lead them down. They're heading your way, Jamie.
And Tyler Ankrum will be the first to hit pit lane as this race leader. His crew chief, Doug Randolph, made the decision, make him stop just a little bit short. We're going to take 4 tires, fuel, give him a little bit of an ice pack.
White drizzle from turn 1 to backstretch. Of fucking course. Well, we're still not halfway through the race.
Fuel for him and full tires. His team has been talking him through this whole thing. Yesterday, they were in practice focusing on that pit lane speed. Nick Sanchez, the team was telling him, guys, this is a stupid fast truck. Regan?
Chase Purdy very happy with this truck. Very happy to get stage points too. A good clean stop's all they wanted. Nothing else.
Stage 2 complete at Daytona, and it comes to a close with a crash on the back straightaway. Ben Rhodes, Stuart Friesen, and others involved. Tyler Ankrum, your Stage 2 winner.
What is this fucking music? Anyway, alright, well that's... Yeah, rack him up again, Stage 3 is where it's at. Yeah, if we get to a Stage 3, because it's drizzling. This is horrendous. We hit the view goal. Now, can we get now? Can we get just 2 more subs? My stream got stopped because my dad tried to call me.
Jobs? I've had plenty of those. What I'm looking for is the right culture. To work somewhere that has that certain something that isn't listed in the job description, even though it should be. I want to work at a place that gets it.
We're back.
Season opening race for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series here at Daytona. With Michael Waltrip, Phil Parsons, I'm Adam Alexander. Thanks for being with us. We've had, boy, just a lot of odd circumstances. A few rain showers, a crash that brought out a red flag, then some more rain that extended the red flag, but we've got 2 stages complete, so this race is now official.
Okay, so it is official.
Eckes gets a stage win, 3rd of his career. Tyler Ankrum has now
right now, I
won
think
a
lists
stage,
Corey
second
LaJoy
time
as
he's
the
done
leader.
it in his Truck Series career. And this most recent crash took out Stuart Friesen. Let's get a report there from Amanda.
Yeah, it's never good news when you see the chainsaw out on pit road. They were looking underneath to see, check the suspension and the steering. All that was clear, but there were some issues on the handling and on the splitter. Stewart went back out to take a lap around the track, said the steering was crap, so he came back in. The team just looked at it again. Stewart's headed back out on track here at Daytona.
His goal, Adam, will be to get in that draft and put a time
42
down
is
so that
fixed.
he's got enough speed.
Adjusting to the rear. Crew member over the wall too soon. Jason White in the one. American Jason White to the rear for removing equipment.
Yeah, same thing for the 75 of Parker Kligerman.
I mean, there's a host of trucks that are repaired. We'll see how effective they are and if they can meet minimum speed here.
I'm just impressed by Matt Crafton. All these crazy kids and the pushing and shoving and things that we've seen. He's up there just battling with them tooth and nail, collecting the most stage points so far tonight.
Maybe not comfortably, but he's up there with them.
Hey, let's give a call, though. Nick Sanchez, rookie, starts on the pole, and he's been effective tonight. And Chase Purdy, 9 stage points after coming from the rear. And, boy, I hate to see this, but more
Guess
rain.
what? The rain is back.
Come on.
Well, Corey LaJoy is being shown as our leader right now. Again, we've looked at the radar a couple times, and it's certainly not socked in. It's just
LaJoy gonna win by freaking rain. The rain delay by rain.
Are the lights off the safety truck?
They are.
So we
sure?
He might turn them back on.
We sure about this?
Let's get a report on Matt Crafton, Jamie.
Well, Matt Crafton was just reporting to his team that this is definitely the wettest his windshield has been all night. So the rain certainly coming down on some parts of the racetrack here on pit lane, not falling quite as hard. But I want to go to that last.
Wait, are they gonna go to green?
Minutes to clean off the front of that number 88 truck. There was some grass in it. It was also asked whether or not he was dragging the brake.
They're not going to go to
said that
green.
right front rotor was on fire a little bit. It was the floor tires and fuel for them. So they're looking to make some big things here in this final stage of the race.
The lights are back on to pace vehicle.
Okay,
so we're
good.
not going to go green this time around. I will say, though, I like this play from those four drivers at the front who elected to not pit and, gain some track position, see what happens, right?
Spotters say too much precipitation to continue.
Even if that doesn't happen, they're only 8
and Daytona
laps,
takes
so they
forever
pitted
to
8
dry.
laps before these other guys. Everyone's going to have to make another pit stop, and they are certainly have gone far enough that they can make it up.
Let me
one
check the
more
weather
stop.
radar.
Yeah, they're in their window, like everybody else, to do it on one more stop, which is what you need to do for the final stage, Regan.
Well, Adam, Chris Lawson had planned this out a little while back. Remember, they stopped 2 stops ago, took the 4 tires. He was happy with that truck when they took the 4 tires and has been happy all night long. But the plan was to use that as a strategy play during the next stage so that they could stay out, get that track position that they haven't had yet tonight.
Hadn't been a factor until now, but the strategy had him buried in the field, and now he surfaced at the front.
I still say it's a lot easier to make those kinds of calls when you've got a championship in your pocket, right? I mean, and it's kind of like the theory of when a race you're in the playoffs, now you can gamble with your strategy throughout the balance of the season and try to steal one. They know they're ahead of the game. They're confident in their program. They know they've got fast trucks, great driver. They're going to be in contention come the playoffs.
See a
so you can
crap ton
roll
of rain
dice
on
a little
the
bit,
right
play some
side of
games.
the
They've
windshield.
done that, and now they're in position to go out and pounce.
And Corey LaJoy says it's pouring out here.
Of course he does.
I don't see any way we could possibly go back.
I think it's socked in for the rest of the night.
They're going to... No. Okay, that was late.
Caution is out. It's raining at Daytona.
Consistent mist. Track is ready, but don't think they will go until the mist clears. Oh, Lord. This race is crawling. I've said this so much already, but it's going so slowly. So, what do you guys think about this? Oh Lord, you think this race is going to end under rain caution, or do you think they're going to get through the entire damn thing? Okay.
Prelude to Sunday's Daytona 500 that you watch live on Fox.
How about that truck in the 4th spot there outside second?
Okay, so they're about to restart. Oh, thank God. Restarting on lap 48, 53 laps to the finish.
Joy lost the argument that it was raining too hard.
Or is it?
We're going green.
There we go. Finally.
LaJoy, inside, in control in the 7. Outside of him, our reigning champ, the guy that won at Daytona last year, Zane Smith. Final stage.
Finally. Here we go. God.
Some pretty aggressive pushers in row number 2 with Corey Heim in the 11, DiBenedetto in the 25.
Zane Smith rocketing up front with Matt DiBenedetto behind him.
Push. Zane Smith to lead. He brings Matt DiBenedetto with him.
I mentioned Tanner Gray now back on the lead. What the? Is there a light out? Or that or the overhead camera had a problem.
In that.
Just mentioned, yeah, Tanner Gray back on the lead lap.
It's not the Dale and Dale
6
show.
cars
it's the
off the lead lap.
Show down there.
Check out
Heim and LaJoy.
Our 2 stage winners.
Ankrum up front, and here comes Eckes. Well,
16 and 19.
So Corey LaJoy, that black, white, and orange truck that jumps in behind the 19 of Eckes. He jumped to the outside. Very, very aggressive here on these speedways. Corey Heim now.
All right. 5 cars are out. Friesen is 2 down.
He's joined this battle for the lead.
He's in
Why
7th.
am I not surprised? We're getting down to it, and he has found his way into the mix. And right behind him, the rookie from GMS, Raja Karuth, in the 24.
I love the race that Raja has run.
And Pastrana in 10th.
We haven't seen him a lot, and he's certainly been away from the action and the problems.
Really, he and Corey Heim both have done a nice job of staying away from problems.
It's LaJoy up front right now.
In position here.
You got to be impressed with Corey Heim. Every time he cranks his engine, he becomes a factor in the race.
Oh wait, what's this? The scoring Kyra now goes to 1,000.
He's a 2-time winner in the series. One of those coming in the draft last year at Atlanta.
Usually it's
and he's won 2 ARCA races right here at Daytona.
Or that, or I'm just missing something.
Big move to the outside for Zane Smith as he pulls alongside that orange and black 16.
The front 2 have pulled away a bit, but we know what that means. The rest of the field will have a run on them.
Here comes the push.
Travis Pastrana's back.
falling
Daniel
back.
Dye involved in a crash earlier. He's back there. Matt DiBenedetto involved in a crash earlier, and he's up front.
Brett Holmes pitting. He had damage from a previous wreck.
Let's go to Amanda.
Well, Corey Heim said he had some uncertainties coming into this season with a new team, but said he's been really happy with the speed he's found on this truck so far. Also said he's racing with mixed emotions based on the incident that they had on pit road here last year, but has one here in ARCA. Said he needed to go out and be perfect today. He started about 13th on the track all the way up to the top. Now here now.
Check out that tape flopping around on the Rockley roofing truck. That says Daytona right there, doesn't it?
Yeah, and he needs to be in the middle. He needs to have trucks in front of him and behind him.
He's damaged, repaired, back on track. Not so fortunate for the 75 of Parker Kligerman. His night is done. Time ran out as they tried to get him fixed up. And
oh, Zane Smith to the outside will take the lead. Or at least it looks like it.
In that bright yellow 38.
Zane Smith and Corey LaJoy side side. Ooh, LaJoy a little loose off of 4. As for, by the way, we have finished over 50 laps. We're over halfway through this monstrosity.
That 19 is a pusher now.
LaJoy still held the lead, but it's very close.
See Carson Hocebar, that truck on the outside, trying to make that third lane work. No help up there.
What about Corey LaJoy? Been able to hold on to the lead.
Ooh, moving to the outside.
Moves to the top in front of Zane.
It's been almost 10 years since Corey has been
Takes
in
the
a
bottom.
truck.
The way it looks, it probably ought to be about 10 more before he does it again, because this is crazy. I'm not sure he's... I know we haven't seen all the action, but it's been a nutty race.
Hey, how much does track time and experience mean in the draft? 3 of our top 6, not only running tonight, running Sunday at the Daytona 500. Zane Smith will be there, Corey LaJoie, and Chase Elliott. They're all right there at the front of the field with 48 to go.
It's because of their talent too, Adam. You know, you put them in trucks and they graduate up to Cup and contend for wins and win championships there, you're going to be good when you get back to the trucks.
Is that 80% talent, 20% track time this weekend? How do you balance that out, Michael?
I think you're exactly right.
Race fans, we are staying with all the action here at Daytona.
15 has worked himself all the
Crank It Up.
all the way up to near the top 10 after being 2 laps down for most of the race. Ooh, almost looked like X trying to make it 3 wide, see if he can make a move. Is that what's happening? I can't see because we switched to a different, because we switched to an in-car. What's a crappy camera angle? Give us a stationary camera for the Crank It Up. Thank you.
Up there now, half off of you. Only have the 15 out back right now. Only have the 15 out back. There's 2 like 41 is 3 back on the 15. Nothing with you by 10.
This will be good. Yeah.
Top lane's pushing hard, nose to tail.
That is some good sound.
Single file behind you on the bottom now. Good job. Top lane is 6 back, led by the 35-20.
Grab your phone now and get ready to scan the QR code for the Craftsman deal of the race.
Right, I forgot they're doing this like a specific tool per race or whatever. What do we got?
Craftsman is back. And to celebrate our return to the NASCAR Truck Series, we're offering racing fans different Craftsman deals throughout the season. Because teams can count on Craftsman tools to get the job done. And now you can too. When you take advantage of the Craftsman
for $149, 2
help you
drills
through your projects.
I think.
And this deal, well, it's going fast. So scan the QR code now to get the current deal of the race.
2 drills for $150.
Brought to you by Craftsman.
Sure.
Special thanks to Craftsman for all they're doing for the Truck Series.
We're on lap 57 right now.
To crank it up. The sights
now we're going single file.
I got so excited that Craftsman was coming back to the Truck Series. I went out and bought me a Craftsman toolbox. So I'm already in. This is a great move for Craftsman and the Truck Series, bringing back some history. Watching these guys chase this victory with Craftsman across that front windshield.
And I'm so excited we were able to get through the Crank It Up and stay green while we did it.
What about that push? Chase Elliott gave to Zane Smith. Looked like he's running 20 miles an hour faster than that inside lane.
Zane Smith might earn a little trust from Chase tonight that could help him here on
Without
Sunday.
a doubt. What about Raja? Always impresses us since he made his first start last year. The guy that really seems to get it.
Caruth, a rookie in that 24 from Washington, D.C. He's a college student going to Winston-Salem State. During the week, he's in class. He's going to school tonight as well and trying to put himself in position to win. And things are getting dicey. Here comes Caruth up the middle.
Oh, boy.
And look who's pushing him.
Oh, no! Oh, damn it, here he goes. Dibby gets turned. Oh, man, down he goes around. Oh, damn it. Great, you jinxed him. You jinxed him.
I didn't like going up the middle. You know, it's just so risky.
Great. Well, that took out two of the
You
rookies.
got to set your run. You got to go somewhere.
Yeah. I don't know how much damage they have.
Certainly.
Oh, that 24 is that 24 is done. It's all
really
it's
the only other truck that got a piece of that. So this wasn't enormous, I don't think. We'll have to check out the replay and see who all got a piece of the action.
Much more damage to the 25 of De Benedetto.
That truck is done.
24 is done. Well,
6th caution of the night. You know what's crazy is this race is really had a hard time finding a rhythm because of the rain and the cautions and the crashes and all of that. Despite that, we've already had more lead changes in this race tonight than the entire event last year. That's crazy, isn't it?
It is.
Wow.
It seems like we haven't run enough green flag laps to get that many lead changes.
I know.
While it's going on, Corey LaJoy, Dustin Albino on Twitter. Corey LaJoy told me on Wednesday that even though he typically runs behind the pack on super speedways, he's studying other drivers and what they're doing in the lead pack. Then he implements it. LaJoy has been throwing a ton of blocks and using the side draft expertly.
Right there.
Yeah. I was wondering if he got pushed from behind by the 99 of Ben Rose. He did not.
Just close the door there, Zane.
Yeah.
Came down a bit, and Raja was committed. And that started the melee.
Takes two of the GMS trucks. The 43 of Daniel Dye and the 24 of Raja. Almost got the 23 of Grant Anthony. Look at Grant there in the yellow and black truck on the inside, right behind De Benedetto and Raja. Is he going to avoid it altogether?
Wow. I thought maybe he got a little. I don't think he got any at all.
I don't either.
That was incredible. Hop on with Daniel Dye again in the 43 truck. See what he sees.
Check up, break, check up. Get a music. Outside out, hand it for you.
According to the thing, only 27 cars in the lead lap. Caruth and Dye both 2 down.
And what about Matt Crafton and Chase Elliott slipping up high and making it past?
Yeah, Pastrana as well.
Yeah,
Majeski's doing an awesome job.
He might have got a little on the front end, but not bad.
Watch Pastrana, the 41 there, going by.
So many great moves. Look at Tanner Gray up top, squeezing through, nearly losing control. And there goes Majeski making it through. Might we see some strategy here?
Oh, I think we come. I think everybody comes now, and maybe a little bit outside their window. But if we get enough caution laps and we don't go overtime, these guys may be able to make it from here.
But you got to make that call. I mean,
yeah, you got to come in now.
That's how you're going to win the race.
Yeah, you can't bank on there being an overtime.
Those guys have done their night's work, haven't they? Repaired that truck, got it competitive, and now they got to fix it again.
Caruth going behind the wall, Jamie.
Yes, and I can see him parked behind the fence right now. He was in pit lane and debriefing with his team, but he said, I'm sorry, guys. I saw Zane Smith in that number 38. Looked like he was going to come down on me. He panicked a little bit, he said, admittedly, and he tried to keep his nose in there. He felt like he needed to, but he took all responsibility for that one.
Yeah, that kind of started over there on the back straightaway when he made the decision to shoot up the middle. Got him in a bad position. We saw the same thing earlier with Clay Greenfield. He got in the middle in the tri-oval and around he went. That sort of started his problems.
Here they come down pit road, Jamie.
And for Ben Rhodes and that number 99, they're going to lose some track position here. They know that, but they want to get that damage fixed the right way so they're not going to have to come back here towards the end of the race. They're also going to take on some fuel. Amanda?
Corey Heim is on pit road right now, taking right side tires. They're going to take in 2 cans of fuel here, planning on running it towards the end. Said he wanted to go out and be perfect. So this is his chance to do it as we finish out here in Daytona, guys.
Well, the first question you asked was strategy, Michael, and we're starting to see it develop here a little bit.
Yeah, Corey LaJoy decided to stay on the racetrack. He last pitted on lap number 34, so he probably can only go another 15, 20 laps, something like that.
6th caution of the night. A handful of trucks involved, including a couple of rookies.
Buying a home? Rocket Mortgage will cover 1% of your rate for the first year at no cost to you with Inflation Buster. Plus, if rates drop within 3 years of purchase, you can refinance with exclusive savings with Rate Drop Advantage. Don't.
All right, now we wait longer and longer because we got freaking cautions again. Oh, Lord. All right, how much longer? Oh no, Corey LaJoie missed pit road. The team last pit on 34 and can't make him any more laps. He was told he wouldn't be able to make it to the end from here anyways. That's... Okay, thank you to the people who have stuck with me for the entirety of this race. I know it's been long. Probably should have been ended sooner than it, closer to now, as opposed to having 40 laps to go. You guys are rock stars. Right now, there's just nothing to talk about. Because there's just been rain caution under rain caution, and the season just started, so I have no stories to go over that's been happening within the season. Dean Thompson's in last, Deegan 35th, Greenfield 34th. Then you have Cody Rohrbaugh, 33rd. 32nd is Kligerman. 31st, Brett Holmes. 30th is 5 laps down. It's Stuart Friesen who's 5 laps down. I think Caruth and Daniel Dye are both out of the race, and they're 20th and 29th, respectively, 4 laps down.
A lot of new driver, spotter, crew chief combinations working together tonight. He missed the call to pit. They never came down.
I will tell you, though.
There's a twist.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Rain is on the way. Should we get a rain shower, they could be in position to win it. And I'm guessing here, let's top off with fuel before we go back to the green flag.
Oh, great. Right? More rain? So we're going to be running to a rain caution? We are? Really? Oh, jeez. That would be freaking heaven.
This is going to be
I almost never call
really
for races to end, but this has just been so freaking awful.
We've seen aggressive, but knowing that there could be possible rain coming, and maybe majority of the field is pitted for the last time.
Hey, let's talk about some of the other players up there. I mean, we're going to get this restart. You got Ankrum, you got Zane Smith, Timmy Hill, part of that mix up there. This is going to be a fun little restart.
Oh, Chase Elliott still lurking.
And actually, I believe Timmy Hill is showing up there on the scoring monitor. He actually came down pit road, so scratch him off the list. Timing and scoring had not yet updated. Front row is going to be Corey LaJoie, Tyler Ankrum. Row 2, Zane Smith and Matt Crafton.
Timmy
Matt
Hill in
Crafton,
fourth? What?
Been there all night.
I mean, but so good.
Or is
over
it-
the
never mind,
years.
the
I mean,
timing's
he's got
all
15
fucked up.
career wins,
That's
3
what happened.
championships, but he's never been able to finish the deal at Daytona.
He's got
Tanner
two
Gray up
fifth place
there.
finishes.
He snuck up
Or his
to
best
sixth.
finishes here.
They're adding a lap because of some debris on the racetrack. Every lap they add makes Corey LaJoie
Gotta be
happier.
kidding me.
And
Come
I say
on.
that because, man, the radar is predicting, it's looking like the rain is coming pretty soon.
Yeah, imminent.
It's been a nutty night. You know
Oh,
who might
God,
be able to put
this
it all
rain-
in
this
perspective?
race
Travis
has been,
Pastrana. Let's listen in.
Drag.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised you said your heart rate was up. I mean, you jump out playing with no shoes. That would be a little worse to me. I knew all my buddies were out there to help me. I think everyone else is out here to push me out of the way.
Jumped out of a plane without a parachute. Did y'all hear that?
I mean, I got friends. I don't have any good enough that I trust I'd jump out of a plane without a parachute and rely on them to get me through it.
Adam, we'd miss you. We would miss you, though.
That is a show on wheels right there, Travis Pastrana.
Couple more trucks pitting.
I like the
for
decision
fuel.
to pit with 1 to go.
Nick Sanchez there in the
yeah.
2. Stewart's about 5 laps off the pace. Just trying to salvage his way on home, Phil.
Yeah, good.
What's going on with Matt Crafton, Jamie?
Well, one of the things they're talking about on the radio right now is the fuel. Right now, Matt Crafton, well, we're under caution and fuel save mode, but they told him once we go green, don't save anything. They're looking at the radar just like we are. They know that the rain is out there. They're looking to maintain track position, make the most of this if they can. Matt's worried about that number 16, Tyler Ankrum, that's right in front of him on the racetrack. He said, you got to tell him to come back to me or I can't help him at all. He's getting too far ahead. A lot of games being played.
Yeah, I think for all these teams with looking at the radar, thinking this rain's coming, they're going to run every lap like it's the last lap. So I don't think we've ever seen aggressiveness like we're getting ready to see.
I'm pretty sure we haven't had a Daytona truck race that's ended early.
20th season with
I don't
Menards
think.
on the side of
I
that
could be
truck.
wrong.
John Menard's such a big supporter of NASCAR and now
all of motorsports, really.
Certainly.
The last time there was a truck race without Matt Crafton, October of 2000 at Texas Motor Speedway.
Oh,
This is
yeah,
his
the race that killed Tony
522nd
Roper.
consecutive start. Remarkable.
And Menard's hopped on board just a couple years after that and never has gone anywhere else supporting that team and Matt Crafton.
I was told today by Chris Showalter, who is the truck chief on Nick Sanchez truck, that this is the 667th race
All
in the
right.
history of the truck series.
Here we go.
He's been at every one.
That's remarkable, isn't it? And one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet.
Absolutely.
What about that? There's
All
6
right.
trucks on the outside. Everybody else is single file behind them.
Restart, 36
What
to
the
go.
fuck are they?
LaJoie
Oh,
inside,
what?
Ankrum
That's
outside.
weird. Anyone gonna pull up top?
Matt Crafton with a nice push on that Ankrum truck. Some good momentum out there. Chase Elliott in the white number 35.
Watch the 7 of LaJoie try to manage both lines here. It's a little easier, I think, in a car than it is a truck because of the big hole that they punch in the air.
Hey, let's give some love to that black and white 15, Tanner Gray.
He's
very
been in
much
2 or 3
alive.
wrecks, Adam. Oh, 3
Oh!
wide around the outside.
Man,
It was a 16
Corey LaJoie
truck.
gets put 3 wide, and he's already having
38,
fuel
Zane
problems,
Smith, new
so
leader,
he's not going to have
36
problems.
to
And
go
Zane
at
Smith,
Daytona.
And look at
last
Corey
year's
LaJoie
winner.
drop now being in the middle. No drafting help.
Last year's
That's
winner
what happens
in
when
the
you try to
lead.
manage that line, go from side to side. Sometimes you just can't.
There goes
react fast
LaJoie.
enough because of what you said, Phil. The
And
track
Tanner
is so
Gray in
important
the
to this
second
truck.
spot. He's never won a race. In his 4th year in the truck series, can he finally pull it off? 4th full series. 4th
Zane
full
Smith
season, I
in
should
control
say.
of
Can he
Daytona,
finally pull it off?
Just like a year ago.
With Tricon Garage.
Is that Tanner Gray right behind Zane Smith?
We were talking about Tanner a second ago. He's been in 3 crashes.
Colby Howard right behind him.
Looks like he's getting ready to be in another one.
Meanwhile, Corey LaJoie goes from 1st to 13th after sliding back through the middle.
And he doesn't have much gas either, Adam.
Gone from bad to worse for the driver out of Concord, North Carolina.
Colby Howard slipping and sliding.
It just scares me that those guys slide up a half
Wow,
lane.
man, that looks
coming
that
off
looks
the
so.
corner.
We have nice
Oh
comfortable seats
god,
up here, and I can't
so
use it.
janky, man.
This is just Too intense for
We got
me.
1/3 of the race to go. Oh! What was that? Is it a lap truck? Brett Holmes is off the track.
9 truck. He can really hang on to a loose truck.
Although I already knew that.
I don't want to jinx him, though.
Let's go down to Amanda.
Colby Howard looking for a move.
Guys, we're here at the Infield Care Center. Both guys have been released here, Rajah Caruth and Daniel Dye. And Rajah, I want to start with you. This is just your 5th ever start in trucks. What can you take from the incident today?
Yeah, I mean, I really learned a lot tonight. That was just a pretty unfortunate deal. 99 was pushing me really good, and I was trying not to get put 3 middle, and didn't want to jack up the 35, so I just filled it, and 38 started coming down, and I lifted to not hook him, and it just, I don't really know what happened at that point, so it just took off on me. But our winner, Scott Silverado, was really good tonight, and I can't say enough about the men and women at GMS Racing and General Motors, Chevy, for their support of me, and especially Bellerville Seats, Alpine Stars, and Bell Helmets. So wish it worked out tonight.
Daniel came over and gave a big hug to Rajah before our interview, and you told your team top 30, boys. But when you recap this Daytona experience for you, what do you think of?
Yeah,
we got
crazy
a
for us,
caution.
not getting to practice.
Is this the rain?
Having a little trouble in qualifying, but overall with the race, I mean, I was happy with what we had working. I was just trying to learn. Cut
the interview. We have caution.
I was trying to get my practice there, but
it's the
those
34
guys,
of Canadian Jason White.
5 to go in the first stage kind of held us up. But good little fight back. We were in the mix there for a second, and just got caught up in the big one.
Thank you, Amanda. Caution is out. We knew the rain was on the way. It has arrived.
It's the rain.
And with that, the yellow flag waving once again. And Zane Smith in a familiar spot.
Gonna go for 2 in a row.
At Daytona, and what he experienced so much a year ago. That's out front in one of these races.
Kelly, cut the race, please. This is painful.
We heard from Rajah Caruth, Daniel Dye. Here's what put them out of the race. The caution, though, for rain once again at Daytona.
I'm so freaking tired of
Rocket
rain.
Mortgage will cover 1% of your rate for the first year at no cost to you with Inflation Buster. Plus, if rates drop within 3 years of purchase, you can refinance with exclusive savings with Rate Drop Advantage. Don't miss these big savings. Visit inflationbuster.com.
Our playbook has countless guys' hairstyles because we know no 2 guys are ever alike. Good fading. Oh, great texture. Less pomp, more adore, really.
Steady mist. Oh, Lord. Is this like the 3rd or 4th rain caution? Hi, Brian Rock Rail fan. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my God. This race refuses to go at a good pace. Oh, it's revolting. Run the laps under caution if you have to. It's well, I don't think I've ever seen a Daytona race with more laps under caution. Oh, Lord. We're back. I don't...
So we've had 2 stages complete, our stage winners. Were you surprised by who we saw collecting the stage victories, guys?
A little bit. I mean, Ankrum, what? It's been 3 years since he got a stage win.
This is only his second one ever.
Second win, but Christian Eckes, he's had a lot of speed, qualifying, practice, the whole race. I mean, I've watched that Napa truck a lot, and he was pushing the 99 truck up the middle. I mean, he's been able to pretty much do whatever he wants to do with that thing so far.
It's not taking anything away from Tyler Ankrum, but the reason he was up there was a really smart pit call by Doug Randolph, his crew chief. And I totally agreed with those guys when they pitted in that first stage to skip the pit in the second stage, put them all up front, and that's why you got that stage win.
Yeah.
So it's been very eventful already from start to where we are at this point. There's been a number of drivers. We're considering the biggest movers, of course, of the race. When you take a look at this group of drivers, who kind of stands out to you from this list? It's been so fun watching Corey LaJoie in action, right, Tom?
Yeah, Corey, he's a great plate racer. Just had a miscue. Didn't pit when they should have, and now he's back in the pack. I'm sure they'll pit here under this yellow, but he did a great job.
What do you think, Trevor?
This list here, I mean, we talked about Ankrum a little bit, and he did pit, and he's going to be all right. But Colby Howard, in that 9 truck, he's in 4th right now. He was running 3rd before the caution came out, and that 9 truck's kind of been one that I didn't really expect, just like Tyler Ankrum, to be up front all night long, and we've seen it get loose a few times. He's hung on to it, but that truck's been really strong.
And Tanner Gray has done a great job all night. He's patiently worked his way up there, got all those positions. He's been running at the front, did a great job.
Multiple incidents throughout the course of the evening. The most recent one involving one of the drivers. We were really anticipating seeing his performance this evening. It was Rajat Caruth. What did you see happening here, Trevor?
Well, when we were watching him push up the middle there, I saw the truck, like, it kind of wiggled a little bit, and I kind of thought I saw what he said in his interview. It looked like he just kind of overcorrected a little bit, which in that situation, everything's amplified. Your adrenaline's up. He's in the middle where he didn't really want to be. And as soon as he saw the 38 of Zane Smith come down just a little bit, you know, I saw that little bit of panic, and that gets the truck all out of whack, out of control.
Yeah, that to me, that's one of those things where I say experience pays dividends. He'd never been in that kind of position in any kind of racing he has been in, and he made a small mistake. It cost him.
This has been very exciting so far. What's this like for drivers to stop and go? What's this
not like us. Get on, get in, get out, whatever you do. But it's hard to stop and go, and normally it breeds a lot of chaos when you're in and out of the truck like this.
All right, well, we're hoping the pop-up showers move their way on out so we can get this one completed. The season opener, of course, at Daytona. Let's head back to the booth, the guys in Daytona, and say hey to Adam.
Thank you so much, Caitlin. And now grab your phone and get ready to scan the QR code
Again?
for the Craftsman deal of the race.
We already did this. I mean, you're just doing it again because we're under caution? Yeah, it's two power drills.
To celebrate our return to the NASCAR Truck Series, we're offering racing fans different Craftsman deals throughout the season. Because teams can count on Craftsman tools to get the job done.
I get a more
and now you
specific
can
thing
too.
on it.
When you take advantage of the Craftsman deal of the race, you'll save on the tools that'll help you power through your projects. And this deal, well, it's going fast.
All right, let me look
scan
at
the
it.
QR code now to get the current deal of the race.
The deal of the race brought to you by Craftsman.
Yes. A two tool combo kit of V20 brushless RP.
Under caution for the 7th time tonight.
They're
29
drills
laps to
for
go.
$149.
And the yellow flag is out for rain, but once again, it's not a heavy rain. I mean, not even red flag in this race. And the trucks continue to make their way around, we hope, and the radar has been broken up. So you just hope that these isolated showers shift away and we can finish this thing tonight.
Yeah, it doesn't look any different out our window than it has all night. Just a very light mist here at Daytona. Hopefully it'll go away.
What are they thinking in that 38 pit, Regan?
Well, Adam Crew Chief Chris Lawson making another great strategy call to get his driver Zane Smith back to the front, a position you guys are familiar with at the end of the races at Daytona here. What's your driver saying right now? Is it raining too hard? Does he want to call it right now?
I mean, I think he wants to win this thing under green just like anybody, but no, he just said it's pretty slick out there right now. He just said that. So, yeah, I'm good with it either way. Winning under green, winning under caution, whatever.
been a big night for this group of guys as well, and yourself. Or big couple nights. You guys are actually crewing the car that he's going to be racing in the Daytona 500. You guys raced your way in last night. How much of a high is this whole team on right now?
Yeah, pretty cool, man. Really cool to be able to share that with him, his first start at Daytona 500, and for us to do it as the same group that won a championship last year as a truck team. So, yeah, it's really cool, and we're looking forward to it Sunday.
Things going very well for Chris Lawson and Zane Smith right now, Adam.
Yeah, they really have played the game perfectly tonight. And, you know, to add another nugget to his resume, he came into the evening with 999 career laps led, so he's now gone over 1,000. And here's how he got the top spot. This could end up being the pass for the win right here.
Yeah, they both squeezed around Corey LaJoie. Zane gets the lead. Tyler Ankrum leading that outside lane. But what a great move that was for Zane.
Had a little help from behind from Tanner Gray, and Tanner right now winds up in that second spot. Great run for him tonight.
The rain all night has been the kind that you'd barely turn your windshield wipers on. In fact, it's that kind of rain where you keep turning them on and turning them off, right? It's just never materialized fully.
But you got treaded tires and you're running 60 miles an hour on the road.
That's a good point.
These guys are running 180 on the slicks. And for right now, I guarantee you, Zane Smith says it's pouring.
I said that like someone who's never driven a race car, didn't I, Michael?
It's got to be fairly easy, right?
Yeah, doesn't look that bad to me. It has been a good night for Zane Smith. But I think, you know, you have to give a call to some of these other drivers up there. Christian Eckes wins the stage. He's running third. I mean, we haven't said a whole lot tonight about Grant Enfinger, but here he is in the 5th position, someone we feel like could be a huge player in the championship chase.
Other than he's missed about every wreck we've had. He's been right in the middle of it.
And Tanner Gray's been in every wreck they seem to have had it. He's running in second. So there's some great stories out there. What a crazy night.
What do you see, Jamie?
Well, Grant Enfinger, as you mentioned, he was pretty unhappy after qualifying. He was disappointed in the speed that they had. He thought that they had a faster truck than that, but it's kind of unfolded. This race has come to them a little bit. Like you said, they've been able to stay out of trouble. But the big thing for he and his crew chief, Jeff Hensley, is that they're approaching this season with more aggression than what they've had before. He said, we have so much experience on this team right now, and there's so many rookies in the field. We need to strike while the iron's hot. Make the most of it these early stages of the season. They brought out this brand new truck here for the super speedways this year. He said they've learned a lot of information about it, and there's some good things coming for them, but it's going to come on the heels of them being more aggressive in their decision making.
And I got to hand it to you, Phil. You talked about how close he's been to so many accidents tonight, but that truck looks really, really good right now, doesn't it? All right, tomorrow on Fox, it's a UConn basketball doubleheader. First at 11:30 Eastern, the 20th-ranked men take the court against Seton Hall. Then at 2:30, the 6th-ranked women take center stage as they battle the nation's leading scorer, and that would be Maddie Siegrist and 14th-ranked Villanova. It all begins tomorrow on Fox. I don't know who you're betting on, but I'm going to tell you right now, my advice is on the Huskies, the men and the women. Solid programs in stores right now.
How good has that women's team been for years and years?
Remarkable.
And years?
Remarkable what Gino's done and the continued success, as you said, for decades at UConn.
Continue to make laps here at Daytona as the rain, or I guess a heavy mist, I would call it, continues to fall. I think we're probably going to see the trucks come to pit road. I'm looking at that truck. It's getting track fill. Looks like it's getting a little discolored.
Yeah.
Darker.
Dang it. First time tonight.
That's the first time we noticed it.
That you would say we're kind of losing the track. And as we pointed out earlier, this race is official. Once you reach halfway or the end of stage 2, whichever comes first, if you were to get something like what we're experiencing now, NASCAR could call the race and it would be considered official, and we're well past the end of our second stage, and so obviously this thing could come to a close if the rain continues.
We know now this year they're going to we've run on the road courses in the rain for several years now, but a lot of the short tracks in NASCAR, and the 3 major series, will have a rain package just like a road course when we go to places like Phoenix and and short tracks like Richmond and Martinsville.
That's going to be crazy.
It is. We could see some oval track racing in the rain.
I can't wait. I want to see that.
Well, and that rule going to be in place at every track a mile in length and less, with the exception of the two concrete tracks where the speeds are so high. That would be Dover and Bristol, and there's more banking there, obviously. So we won't do it
And
there.
the race
but all the
plays.
other tracks a mile in length and less, we're going to have a rain package where we could potentially run in the rain.
And we're talking about Phoenix. They go fast at Phoenix.
You know what I love? I raced a Ferrari in the rain in sports car racing, and they said the best way to be fast in the rain on rain tires is to run offline, miss the line. I said, I'm your man. I bet I can miss a line better than anybody.
You've had a lot of experience.
I've missed it my whole career. I've got this. This is the heaviest the rain has been, as I said.
Can we end it, please?
Outside our broadcast position, you can see it's really coming down right now.
Well, and for the first time, you get the feeling that NASCAR has got a decision to make, right? But
Yeah.
before, you never reached this point. But now you're under red. It's raining hard. You're losing the track. We're closing on 10 o'clock in the east. It takes a long time to dry this place. It's going to be difficult to get this one restarted.
I'm kind of wondering if that'll be the case with the rain tires in NASCAR. Will you need somebody to miss the lines? Maybe I'll come back. I might be
You were good at it.
I might be a hot commodity.
Fox weather is in. You know, we hit near record highs today in Daytona Beach, but this rain all a part of a cold front. So it's going to be much cooler here tomorrow before warming up close to 80
Tomorrow's
degrees
the
again on
ARCA
Sunday
and
for the
Cup
Daytona
race and
500.
Xfinity race.
And really what we're seeing right now, this was the
Oh,
only
come on.
threat
You gotta stop
of
the race now.
precipitation this weekend. This was the window we were concerned about. Tomorrow looks really good, even though it's going to be a bit cooler, and everything right now looks great for Sunday.
I would say it's raining hard enough now that obviously you see the drivers getting out. I was going to say more than likely
Come on.
NASCAR will let the drivers get out of the trucks.
And that rain feels really nice to Zane's.
You think?
Yeah, it's just
refreshing.
awesome.
Just
Yeah.
refreshing.
I won the Daytona 500 here 20 years ago, and it was rain shortened, and we ran just over halfway of the race, and I won, and they sent me the whole check.
And you got a trophy too.
The
They
same
didn't cut it in
trophy.
half? They didn't cut it in half?
Well, I've always heard drivers don't necessarily want to win a race when it's rain shortened, but when you consider that Zane basically won this race twice last year, and then this is a nice payback, isn't it?
That's cool. Good point.
Regan?
Well, Adam and Zane Smith out of the truck right now. Zane, what do you think? A lot of rain right here, right? I
Please
you wanna
end
get
the
back
race.
Racing, but it's not bad if it keeps raining either.
Yeah, I picked a good time to get to the lead. That was fun racing there right before this rain came, but man, this is the hardest rain I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, really?
I've tried doing weather predictions earlier tonight. I'm not going to do it anymore. You told me earlier today how good this truck was. You guys had a plan and strategy that if you couldn't get stage points early, you were going to hang out and play that strategy. You and Chris Lawson played this race perfect.
Yeah, I mean, I decided to tag along with a few that I trusted there, in Chase and Corey, and it was scary up there at times. 3 wide, going for stage 1 points. I knew it wasn't going to work out. So, fortunately, got our Love's Love Speed Go Forward F-150. I'm still trying not to say Mustang. Up front at the right time and saying good.
All right, good luck if we get going. Amanda?
Points that he's been able to pick up so far in the stages. And Nick, when you reflect on the race that you've had so far, what's been the biggest learning lesson for you?
Nick Sanchez,
just, the way
currently
these things move around
in
the draft and the way
19th.
they suck up, and how they react to people around you, behind you, beside you. So that's been a learning curve. But I mean, the truck's driving really good, and at the end we were just kind of riding, waiting for something to happen up front, and then we were going to go.
Well, you took this trucks field to the green flag. Walk us through that first lap and just what was going through the emotional side of your body.
Yeah, for me, I just didn't want to get too far out front to let the outside go around me, and that's exactly what happened. So, did a little stuff wrong on the start there, but figured it out, and really getting acclimated to the way these things are driving, and I hope it dries up because I think we got a truck.
Congrats again on pole and your rookie debut.
A lot to build on for the rookie out of Miami, Florida. So Zane mentioned he was trying not to say Mustang. He was here at a Mustang last month, experienced great success.
Sure did, but had 4 of our drivers here. Well, 3 of them plus Harrison Burton. This is them battling through the bus stop on the backstretch here. They end up both on the podium. Harrison and Zane go to victory lane with a win. That's a pass for the lead over Spencer Papaley right there. A great accomplished road racer. And Haley Deegan and Ben Rhodes end up finishing 3rd. So double podium for the Ford guys.
That's awesome. Any win at Daytona is special, and those, you can tell by the smiles on their faces, that was a big one.
It's a memorable 24 hours for Zane Smith. You think about everything that he experienced last night, racing his way in to the Daytona 500, make his 2nd career Cup start here on Sunday, but his 1st ever in the Great American Race. And now waiting out the rain and hoping for a 2nd straight year he can win at Daytona in the Craftsman Truck Series. Regan?
Oh, Christian Eckes in 3rd place. Zane Smith told us just a couple of minutes ago, Christian, this is the hardest rain he's ever seen in his life. I got to imagine you probably disagree with that statement.
I swear, if he Mickey Mouses his way into this, I'm going to be so mad.
Oh, come on. No,
really
don't tell me the drivers are using the Mickey Mouse term now. Come on.
It's really, really fast. So hopefully this rain dries up and we get the Titans out there and get the racetrack and we go finish these 20-some laps and hopefully get this number 19 in victory lane.
Brand new deal for you this season. You started off with a stage win here at Daytona. Been very strong all night long with this truck. How much does that mean to be able to come out and have this speed early on?
That means a lot. Yeah, I mean, it's awesome to be here, winning stages, doing what I feel like we should be doing, contending for wins, and we've done that so far. And like I said, just hopefully we can get back green here.
All right, good luck as we get going. Thanks.
I like his attitude. He wants to race, and why not? He's sitting 3rd on the board, won a stage, and he's got a fast truck. Under the red flag because of rain here at Daytona.
T-Mobile has the new Samsung Galaxy S23 Plus for free and price lock guarantee. Do you? Well... T-Mobile will never raise my rates for talk, text, and data. Will you?
I don't need to see that commercial. I'll keep checking Twitter for updates. Track is wet all the way around. The mist is about done. They're going to send out the air. Oh no. I'll be right back. I can't take this any longer. I'll be right back. I'm back. It looks like, all right, they're still under commercial. So they're talking about Matt Crafton. They said he's the Iron Man. He's run every race since 2000, and now we got Tanner Gray.
For new crew chief Jerame Donnelly, you guys seem to be communicating well, but I did hear you saying something on the radio about your truck not being able to get to the ones in front of you like you like. Is there some splitter damage or something we need to worry about there?
Yeah, we have a little bit of splitter damage just from the first deal we got caught up in over here, and then also getting squeezed up into the fence over there. But yeah, I mean, all in all, I mean, hasn't been as smooth as we'd want it to be, but we're in a good spot right now, and just kind of figure out how to capitalize on it. I mean, obviously having this damage is going to make it tough, but everybody from Tricon Garages brought it really fast. Dead on Tools TRD Toyota Tundra, so I'm excited. Like I said, not as smooth of a start as we would like, but you know, they're not always perfect, so we just got to figure out how we can make the end of this race play out the way we need it to, and put ourselves in a good spot.
When I walked up to you, you were in the middle of an in-depth conversation on the phone. Can you clue me in as to what that phone call was and what was taking place there?
Yeah, I was just talking to Coleman Presley up on top of the stand there. You know, I don't have a lot of experience being up front in these things, and I don't feel like I'm the best plate racer. So I was just talking to him, and he was walking me through some stuff and kind of just talking about strategy for what we're thinking here on this next restart when we get back going. So, yeah, we just got to see how it plays out.
Certainly a good opportunity and a good guy to talk to. Coleman Presley, one of the best on the roof there is. Amanda?
Currently sitting in the 12th position, Carson Hocevar absolutely wants to finish this race here at Daytona. And when you look at the race that we've had so far, pretty disjointed out there with the rain and the cautions. What do you make of it?
I mean, good old truck series, right? It's full-blown chaos. You don't know what's going to happen the next lap. You know, hopefully this rain stops. Mother Nature figures it out and wants to see us go racing again. I got a really good teammate, Travis Pastrana. He's used to being either all the way out or firewall deep, and that's what we want to do. We want to be up front. We want to have a shot to win for both our WEX Chevys, but ultimately, you know, it's tough for me to look at that screen because they're all guys I know we're going to have to race in the points when they're ahead of us. So I want to go out and get more points on them and try to outrace them and try to get in victory lane. But overall, our truck handles really good. It drives just fine. I love where it's at. Just, I wish I could have got those last 5 laps if I knew that was going to end it.
Well, you told me that Daytona is not your favorite racetrack, but when you talk about the good old truck series, what's your intentions on the season?
I want to win races. I'm here to win races, and you know, this one kind of puts my hands into everybody else's fate. Well, there's 35 other ticket time mobs, and they think I'm the 36. You know, we're just sitting in line waiting to crash almost. You know, we're all real greedy at times, but it's entertaining for the fans, and that's what's more important, and you know, that's what pays the bills.
Jamie?
For Colby Howard, looking at his name on the board right now, having led 2 laps, that put a big smile on your face just seeing those numbers up there. The effort that this team has put in to start off this full season range for the championship. How has this race unfolded for you?
Yeah, it's been pretty hectic.
Colby Howard and the CR7 fourth.
Good strategy right there, and got up front, got to stay up front for a little bit, but you know, we got shuffled back. You know, some of the guys don't really like me up there, I don't think. So I think I have to stay on the bottom and just kind of make them push me. But no, it's a blast running up front, and hopefully we can keep going.
When I first came over, nerves was one of the words that you used. You said it's getting pretty hectic, it's nerve-wracking. How do you manage all of that when you're behind the wheel?
Yeah, I mean, we led some laps last year here at this race, so you know, I got a little bit of experience being up front, being, you know, in the draft with some of these guys with the aggressive pushes. So you know, already had a little bit of experience with that. So and we have some aggressive guys up front right now. So just trying to keep it cool and stay calm.
Thank you.
While we're under caution, the thing I forgot about,
Jamie.
I did
that word
my
from NASCAR making progress with the track under the red flag for rain. 27.
Damn, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10,
at Daytona.
12. We're airtight.
Hey, Bug. I know you don't like voice.
Today, I have restarted my bracket that I did last year. Last year, it was the top 50 best drivers based on the rankings that they had from 2018. Now we have a new list of 75 from the Athletic, from 26 people in the industry. And so I'm using that 75 driver ranking and using my bracket seating to determine from you guys who are voting who is the best driver. Today's matchup is Leroy Yarborough versus Paul Goldsmith. Leroy Yarbrough's the 60 seed. He won 14 races in the 60s, including the Triple Crown in 69. And that means that he won the Daytona 500, the Southern 500, and the Coca-Cola 600 all in the same year. Probably the three most cherished NASCAR races, and he won them all in a single year. Only other driver I can think of that's done that is Jeff Gordon in 1997. That's when he won the Winston Million. I remember Bill Elliott also won the Winston Million, but he did not win the Coca-Cola 600. Real quick, I want to look up Leroy a bit, just for a minute, so I can see which team he drove for. If it says, he was one of the original Junior Johnson drivers. And I remember Junior Johnson said that he was one of the best drivers he knew, and it was a shame what happened to him. The fact he took so many collisions that started to affect his mental state. Anyways, the other driver is Paul Goldsmith. Now, Paul Goldsmith was a driver in the 50s, and he won 9 races, including the final race on the Daytona Beach road course. I say the 60s, but I said the 50s, but his last one was actually 1966, so I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, I guess. He also is a 2-time champion of USAC stock car, which is a separate division entirely. Well, not even NASCAR, but he's ranked in this good old number 69 seed. He's also the oldest living veteran of the Indianapolis 500, having started it in 1958. He actually podiumed there in 1960. That race was won by Jim Rathman, who was the only driver to win an IndyCar race at Daytona. Fun stuff. All right, we're back.
To coverage of the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series from Daytona, where track drying efforts are underway. It's starting to look a little bit more dry after we've had a series of pop-up showers throughout the course of the evening out in Florida. I'm Caitlin Vinci alongside Trevor Bain, Todd Bodine, and this is just a race that will not end, right? I mean, truthfully, it's been going for quite a while, but Zane Smith finding himself kind of on the positive side right now.
You know it's going to be a long day when you get one lap in and you have your first caution for rain. So all those jet drivers are on the track. That's a good sign for everybody except for Zane Smith, as you mentioned. He played it well there. He said, "Man, it is pouring out here," and we've all been in that boat where you're trying to convince everybody this race is over. I got this thing locked up here.
He was definitely doing a rain dance, him and his whole team. But it's not surprising to see Zane
don't
up
forget
front.
to join the Discord.
I'm
going to post my link again in
He's
here.
an excellent plate racer. But I got to be honest, I hope they go back green because I don't want them to win back-to-back.
Take your record.
I know. It's bad. This is so bad.
I'm going to pin my message.
It's all right.
Actually.
So here's the current running order, how they stand as of right now out in Daytona for the Truck Series. You see Zane Smith, obviously P1, Tanner Gray in the runner-up spot. Christian Eckes, he's had a pretty good night, one of the stage winners. Who stands out to you from this list, the top 10 right now, where we're at this race?
Well, you got to go one more down there. Colby Howard, what a great run for him. He did some pit strategy, got up there, but he stayed up there after that second stage break. So he's doing a great job. We've seen him before running really well at these plate races.
Well, there's two things to me. One is, how in the world did all three of us not pick Zane Smith? That one
true.
snuck away from us. The second thing is Chase Elliott's quietly sitting in 10th place. I feel like he's been very smart all night. We saw him at the end of that first stage just drop out of the pack when it got wild. Kind of the same thing at the end of stage 2. And being in 10th place with quite a few laps to go, I mean, his truck's in one piece. He's very smart, and he's not trying to prove anything early on here. We were watching this race earlier, and Todd and I were just talking about how you get caught up in the moment.
You guys were predicting accidents right before they were happening. It was
pretty
amazing.
Wild. You see trucks moving, and to me, you just get caught up in the moment. And Chase has that experience to know this is a long race. I'm gonna hang out, but with rain, it changes that.
Well, you mentioned the accidents and so forth. Let's take a look at a race recap to see how we got to this point in the evening.
Oh, do we have
First
to?
Up, of course, Christian Eckes, as I mentioned, he was a stage winner. Good for him. Solid showing already for him. And then it didn't take long for an incident, multi-truck wreck involving Haley Deegan and others. What did you guys see when this was transpiring? transpiring?
Well, to me, that was one of those deals. Clay Greenfield was just in a bad position. We heard on his interview, he said it in the middle with a truck that's not driving well. And Trevor, I'm sure you agree, if your truck's wandering and moving around, you can't put yourself in the middle. You're going to have an incident like that.
Yeah, and this crash here, I mean, this was just aggressive blocking really early. As we mentioned, getting caught up in the moment.
That was the one.
And that's both of those guys. Stuart Friesen making the block, staying committed to it, and Ben Rhodes staying committed to the gas. But he did say he had a lot of help from behind and didn't have an option but to stay in the gas.
Positive things for this driver, though. Tyler Ankrum, the Stage 2 winner. Obviously, he's one of the ones who survived some of the previous incidents in Melee. Raja Karuta, we talked about on the pre-race show. Very promising young driver. Already a disappointing finish for his Daytona race.
And very close to wiping out our current leader, Zane Smith. There just skimmed by, I don't know, an inch or so. It was crazy to watch that one and see who made it through. Surprised a lot more trucks didn't get demolished in that one.
Yeah, well, the good news is Zane Smith, he was one of the few who was able to not get collected in any incidents. Here you will see him taking the lead on lap 65.
And when your spotter comes on, Todd, and you hear rains
No, this might. What's the record? You know, does anyone know what's the record for the longest truck race ever? I'm pretty sure it was the Daytona race, the Daytona road course race.
He foul him, he went to the outside of him, and that's how they changed hands.
And the rain falling, lap 74, red flag coming out in Daytona Beach, Florida. So now what's going to happen for the rest of this race? We've had rain on the racetrack. How are drivers and teams going to adapt to this?
Well, Zane's going to get his umbrella out and keep doing the rain dance.
That's
and
right.
say it's over. And I'm interested to watch and see what happens here as it progresses. How dry can they get the track? Is it going to rain again? And how long does this take? But if you're, Christian Eckes, he said, I don't want to see Zane Mickey Mouse. And we've been trying to figure out what Mickey Mousing is.
I would love for him to let us know what the
into
Mickey Mousing means.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
The old days we called it backing into a win.
Yeah, so he thinks he's got a strong truck, and he does. We've brought him up a couple times the night he won the first stage, and I think he probably has a truck to beat. He's got his teammate there, Chase Elliott, as I mentioned. But Travis Pastrana, I see him sitting there in 13th, and he's one of those guys that can sneak into this thing if we get going back green.
And Travis, he got toward the front a couple times and made a couple of them rookie mistakes, went to the back, but done a great job. He gets back to the front. But I think, Caitlin, if we get racing again here, 20 to go, these guys, they're going to be on the chip right from the start.
That's what I was thinking.
The guys road,
like Chase Elliott running 10th, he's got 20 laps to get to the lead. That's not easy to do at Daytona. So I think we're going to see some really hard racing.
Well, here is Zane Smith, the current race leader, of course, defending champion so far in the Truck Series. Just waiting it out, hoping potentially that maybe it will get called in his favor. But here's most laps led this evening, the guys who've been leading the brigade. You see Christian Eckes, 19 laps led, tied with Corey LaJoie, Tyler Ankrum in the mix, and Zane Smith as well. Corey LaJoie, we don't get to see him that often in the Truck Series. This has been a great showing for him.
Absolutely. Travis talked about it in the pre-race show. Corey's a good plate racer. We watched him last night.
LaJoie and Eckes co-led the most amount of laps
race and had a shot to win, and we've seen him before. Daytona and Talladega have good runs, so it wasn't surprising to see him run up front with a good truck like that.
Well, let's hear what some of his thoughts are at this point in the evening and send it out to the racetrack in Daytona, where Regan Smith is standing by with Corey LaJoie.
Corey LaJoie having
right now we have
very
24
strong night tonight, and then it came
LaJoie's in
time
24.
for what was ultimately possibly going to be the final pit stops of the night. You guys opted to stay out. Got told there was a little miscommunication there.
Just a little bit of miscommunication, as in no communication. Unfortunately, I think that the green light on top of the pace truck, I didn't point it out, Spotter didn't point it out, and Bono didn't realize it was on, and we missed it. But we were still in a decent spot, leading the lane, and I didn't cover the bottom with as much intent as I should have. I just didn't trust the spot mirror. The spot mirror and the trucks are a little bit different than they are in the Cup cars, and I thought he was in there, and I didn't want to hook myself. So we got to start back from the scratch again. So we drove from the back to the front twice now, so why don't we make it 3 more times to get
I've sat through the longest truck race ever. It was the first race I ever reacted to on this channel.
Yeah, why
Although
not?
that was just the end of finish.
I'm caffeinated by
Or did I do that
here,
one?
So might as well.
I'm pretty sure I
get this thing
did.
back kicked off. We're gonna go.
But
to
this is way worse.
Good luck, Corey. Thanks.
Yeah,
I mean,
squeeze
and
the
just-
whole
it's
case of
not
caffeine
for
here
length,
as well.
just 'cause
So that's
it's
smart. He's getting some
freaking
energy
rain
drink in the
as opposed to
system to
stupidity.
make it the rest of the way. What do you think we'll see out of Corey?
Well, most of the time before a plate race, you need the opposite, like everything to calm you down. But, you know, it's late into the night. He might take that caffeine the right way. Corey LaJoie's right. I mean, he's come from the back a few times to the front, and I think he can do it again. He's got the experience. People have seen he's got a fast truck, and he hasn't made any of those erratic moves that make people scared to work with. We heard Matt Crafton in his interview talk about Ty Majeski rooting him out, his teammate. So to me, you try to build the confidence of all the trucks and drivers around you so that late in the race they'll go with you and help you out.
Well, the one thing, we know Corey's a good plate racer, and we also know Corey is not afraid to be aggressive.
That's true.
He's shown that his whole career, so he will be the show coming from the back.
Well, you guys just mentioned Ty Majeski. He is one of the drivers who was able to go to victory lane several times last season. He is standing by out at the racetrack right now with Jamie Howe.
Well, Ty Majeski started this race on the front row, led a couple of laps there, made the call to pit lane. A lot of strategy calls unfolding here tonight. Exciting was the word that you used. What's made it that way?
Just aggression, right? Guys are pushing hard, being aggressive, going 3 wide. I don't think anybody's very scared, and eventually something had to give. We're been in wrecks, been in the grass, so it's been an eventful night for us, but Joe and all the guys brought a really, really good Road Ranger Ford F-150. We have some speed. There's a Ford leading. We're in 6th, and I think Ben and Crafton are just outside the top 10. So
We
hopefully
should be
can go
good
back
at the
green and
track
get
will
hooked up
drive.
and get one of these Fords in victory lane.
Should be. Thanks.
So we heard from him, and we know that he had such a good campaign last season, right? What are you expecting out of him this year based on kind of a breakout season for him last year?
Yeah, he got that monkey off his back of getting that first win, and he had a lot of pressure on him at the time to do it because he had come so close a few times. But now he's got 2 wins, battled for that championship. I think that experience coming into this year, he's not just a winning late model driver now or, having some Xfinity starts. He's now a truck winner, a contender for a championship, and it's his second full season at ThorSport. So I think this team all season long is going to be a contender, not just for wins, but I really do think Ty Majeski is poised to be in the Final 4 at Phoenix and battling for a championship.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. You know, we watched him come in last year, first full season of Truck Series, and started off the season a little slow, but I think he was going through a learning curve, right? Learning the trucks, learning the tracks, learning the drivers, and as the season went about halfway through, they got it figured out. Him and crew chief Joe Shear, and they were fast from there out. I think we're going to see even more of that this year. Multiple race winner. I'm going to put that out there.
Early prediction?
Absolutely.
There you
and
go.
I think you're right. He's going to be one of our championship 4.
Okay, I love this. I love when you guys
We're
make
going strong
predictions
at
for
Daytona.
Phoenix
Yeah,
in
just put it
Daytona.
out there.
That's always a good thing to do. All right, so here's the current running order right now for the season opener out at Daytona. You see Zane Smith, P1, followed by Tanner Gray.
I don't really have any games on hand.
Hanging out in the top 5. We haven't talked about him too much yet today.
Even though I
Grant
have,
Enfinger
I say that I have a
winner
DS
in
next to
the
me. I've
mix.
been playing.
All right.
I've been using it as an alarm clock to get to class on time.
Are working out at Daytona as we are currently in a bit of a holding pattern. There is Zane Smith with his crew chief. They're waiting it out, hoping that maybe by some stroke of luck, though, they could get this race win. Otherwise, the drying is continuing. We're going to have more race coverage coming up after this.
Craftsman is back.
Showing off the drills again. I was playing Star Fox 664 earlier on my Switch. Speaking of Switch, they just added Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games to the Nintendo Switch Online lineup, which is always nice. Also just got Luigi's Mansion 3, so we've been playing through that. Up to the 6th floor. Pretty good game. Driver will be back to the trucks at 10:50. 27. We got a half hour basically. Oh, for God's sake. Problem is well, because where I'm at college, I'm way far away from my freaking TV, so you know what? That's better than nothing, so I guess I will do that. Just gotta move my stuff. Hardest part about playing Star Fox 64, I should mention this, is that it's what is the hardest part? Is that some of the controls don't translate super well with the fact that to use the C buttons I had to it's kind of unintuitive when we have an entire second joystick that we could use instead. I wonder how much of that is visible. Probably get rid of the crap littering the top of this. See if I can get my better position for my computer. All right. Hold on a minute. Okay. Oh yeah, Kirby's Return of Dreamland Deluxe has got to download soon. This happens again, if this happens again, the next delay will be Mario Party.
Katina is battling the enemy. Will you help him out? Affirmative, General. Hang on, guys. Help is on the way.
Trying to get... Fuck off. Great. Ran right into another fucker.
We can catch up later, Fox.
This one's an interesting one, because you also have to fight off...
Hard to tell the good guys from the bad.
Because it's two opposing forces going against each other. But you don't want to actually lose any of your allies.
Cover the base.
Meddling is very tricky here. This can be tricky here, though. Enemy mothership approaching! Now, with this particular level, is that the mothership will come in, and then, sorry, the mothership comes in, and then they start releasing, and it starts releasing hordes. It's supposed to destroy the hatches, which will prevent the ships from coming out, and you get points for that. The downside is that once you start destroying hatches, you start running out of, less ships that you can shoot down. Now, the downside to not shooting that is that if you don't shoot out the hatches fast, you don't earn a lot of points. And then eventually, if you take too long, the core of the mothership pops out, which you need to destroy, and that you can lose points if you don't shoot that down fast enough. So it's a balancing act, an annoying balancing act. In fact, I'm actually just gonna save state here because I'm just trying to medal this. I own the game on the original console because I used to do a few streams of that. Never played the game in HD before. Ah, except on the 3DS. Almost forgot about the remake. He's on the underside. Oh, the wrong way. Ooh, 3 at once. That gets you bonus points. See, and that's when then you can try to shoot the hatches down. But you might prefer to try and go for points. There's no end to these guys. Yeah, I'm sorry, Bill. Probably get to 100 and then shoot down one of them. See how many points you get. Normally you get 5 per hatch. 6 points per hatch, and it's 11 for the core. There's the bonus points. Very Independence Day-esque this level is. Fuck. Whoopsie. Oops. The hatches are open. Shoot down one of them now. Okay, still 5 points. Oops, I hit Peppy. Alright. So there's still 29 bonus points, I think, so I should try to get to 121. Don't care. The hatches are closed. Ooh, look at that. Oh, the hatches are open again for some moment. Okay. Okay, U-turning's a pain in this emulator. Where's the core? Fucking going fucking circles. I have no bombs. I just realized I have no bombs. Okay. I know, Bill. Usually a bomb will take it out in one hit. There we go. Only got 2 points, but it doesn't matter. I got over 150 points, which is what you need. Yay. Got 18 minutes. Well, if y'all don't mind, I'm playing one of my favorite games of all time. Take care, Fox. You too, Bill. All right, next up, Solar. One of the more annoying levels because of the extremely annoying gimmick. The fact that the whole area is so hot, it's an oven. Don't go burning that awning. Be reasonable, Fox.
I'll be careful.
Let's note the actor who plays Peppy Hare is dead. Rest in peace, Rick May, also known as the voice of the soldier from Team Fortress 2. Solar, the sun, basically. Keep an eye on her shield gauges.
Keep an eye on your shield gauge.
Shield gauge. Got the same music as Sector Y. The lava, being above the lava can't kill you even if it leaches your health. But, so, a lot of the enemies here drop health. And even just non-enemies drop health, which is nice. Yeah, rocks also count for points, which is hugely helpful. There's Bill. If you come from Katina, he drops a buttload of power-ups for you to start. Oh shit, why'd I do that? That was bad. You need 150 to medal, which is what I'm aiming for. Yeah, give me some points. Mission confirmed. Sending supplies. Give me those bombs. Maybe it's 100. I don't know. Could have sworn it was 150 though. Now burned. Pretty much everything in the level. Bonus points make everything way easier though. That's why you want to try and attack things at once. Also trying to determine when bombs are most useful. Because homing attack might not hit an enemy in time. It might be 100 points actually. My memory of this level is not as good as I remember. I need 89 points. If it is 100, I need 89 points to the end of at the end. I'm one short! Oh, man. Okay. Consequence of restarting. I get more bombs to start at least, but I'm stuck with a terrible laser. Good thing I still have... I keep Bill so I can get the immediate weapon power-up, and it isn't... Solar is not bereft of power-ups. Ugh. Oh, come on.
Looks like you could use some help.
Wow, I couldn't... That was pathetic. Okay, how much longer do we have? 13 minutes until the drivers get back in their cars.
The R-Wing might not make it. This baby can take temperatures up to 9,000 degrees.
Ouch.
Don't fly too low. Your ship can't take it.
Yeah, the closer you get to the ground, the faster your health drains.
Keep the rock.
And I still can't hit anything.
Looks like you could use some help. Don't get too excited. Here we go.
Fragments count for points.
Watch yourself, Fox.
Gotta remember the birds at the end. That's where I lost a lot of opportunity. I'm behind again. Great. Oh my god, I'm missing so many enemies. Oh fuck, I'm out of bombs. I'm 10 short. It's so hard. I did not use bombs wisely.
This baby can take temperatures up to 9,000 degrees. Don't fly too low, your ship can't. Shoot the rock. Looks like you could use some help. Don't get too excited. Here we go. Watch yourself, Fox.
Sweet.
They're attacking your ship. Location confirmed. Pending supply.
'Aw, crap.
Good riddance.
I didn't handle that well. Four more points.
Location confirmed. Pending supply.
$16. $6. 5. 4. That should be enough. Fourth time's the charm. Wait. What one is the break? Volcane, the boss. You gotta kill its arms. Fuck. Well, that sucks. Yeah. The rock that shoots out refills your health, considering the fire still hurts you. Come on, take out the arm. Okay, now it's the head that's the hard part. It'll start spinning, which I thought it did. Now it should. Or now it's going to dive back and come up. Maybe the bomb was a little much. Yes!
You did it!
call back to the trucks now. All right, you know, that's a good place to end it. So.
All aircraft report. I'm fine.
I'm taking a few hits, but I'm okay.
You're getting better, Fox.
Every 100 enemies you shoot down gets an extra life. That's Macbeth, my favorite level. At least one of them. Okay, anyway. It's getting close, or at least I've been informed that they might be coming back now. It's definitely very close, so I might as well come back here.
That got him there. It's not some fluke that he's leading this race. They have a strong truck. They won last year, so he can still get the job done, whether it's dry or whether it rains this thing out, Todd.
Absolutely, you know, but there's a lot of guys behind him that are going to try to stop that from happening. And I think that, you know, we heard Phil say that he thought that the energy had been right there from the start, and I think it's going to ramp up even more right here these last 20 laps. Pushed, bump drafted, and pushing and shoving and 3 wides. We're going to see all of that in the next 20 laps.
We're going to touch on that in just a minute. Let's take a look now, though, at the current running order, where it stands in Daytona right now. Zane Smith, P1, Tanner Gray just behind him. Grant Enfinger in the top 5, a past winner at Daytona. Good showing for Ty Majeski, Tyler Ankrum, Corey Heim, who's always strong anytime he's in a truck. He's running full-time this year. The veteran Matt Crafton has raced so many times at Daytona, has never won there. He's hoping that could change today. All right, so what do we think for when the race does go back going? What do you anticipate we're going to see? Are they going to be more tame because they want this to come to a
no way?
Well, this is definitely the fast. This definitely has to be the longest race of all time. It's going to break loose
again. But you know, some names that you just mentioned there with Ty Majeski and Corey Heim, I feel like they've had a quiet day, and sometimes that's exactly what you want until the end at Daytona and Talladega tracks like this. You want to just be calm and kind of get everybody's confidence up in you, and then when it's time to go, you ramp things up. Right here, you were talking about 3 wide earlier, Todd. We already had a lot of that, but I think there's going to be plenty more to come. And also, you mentioned pushing. We see the 19 there pushing on Travis Pastrana pretty hard in this shot.
Yeah, so you've already said you think it's going to be complete chaos once we go green.
Complete chaos, yeah. Bump drafting galore. I'm going to tell you something. What you watch these guys when they're doing their bump drafting, and you see the guy in front all wiggly and sideways. That is the worst feeling in the world, and so hard to keep the truck just to go straight. And when a guy doesn't get off you, if he gets you sideways, that's when you have problems. So hopefully, what you talked about earlier, Trevor, not getting caught up in the moment of bump drafting, trying to get to the front.
Joe Strigley on Twitter, Corey LaJoie has led 19 laps today, which matches the race high in the Cup Series that he's led, which is 19 laps at Atlanta last July. Also noted that Zane Smith has officially led 1,000 laps, the 27th driver in series history to do so. Oh my God, this is finally, we're going to see the last 20, however many numbers we have left afterwards. However many laps we have after we go to green. All right, they should be back in their cars.
A Race Hub edition as well. Of course, the Xfinity and ARCA race. And there is Daytona 500 scheduled for Sunday. You certainly don't want to miss the Great American Race. But we are getting closer to racing once again for the Truck Series, which is a great thing indeed. So we want to send it back out to the racetrack, of course, the guys in the booth, and say hello once again to Adam.
Take it away. Thank you, Caitlin. I don't know what hour we're on here. It's not the 24 hours of Daytona, but we're knocking right on the door. And the good news is we're going to finish this thing, I do believe. And there is Zane Smith in the truck, no umbrella. I mean, it's the first time in 2 hours we've seen him without his blanket, if you will.
Yeah, I know that he would love to win it under green, but I think he would have taken it if they would have said, hey, it's raining too much, track's too wet, don't have time to dry it.
You know, you got to appreciate NASCAR's persistence, so for the fans.
Yeah, absolutely.
For people watching here at the track and at home, this race has been so exciting, so much action. It's going to be fun to see them close out these final 27 laps.
Well, it's been right about an hour since we got this most recent rain shower, and then they worked hard to make sure the track was dry and we can finish this under green. And now I wonder, from the driver's perspective, what do you do to reset? Because, you know, we've said it so many times, this race is only 100 laps. It could feel like a sprint, but the reality is, the fun doesn't really begin until you get inside of 20 laps to go. So where are you now as a driver, and what's your approach as we get going?
These guys are professionals. They understand the challenges that we've been faced with tonight, and they're just going to put on their helmets and go try to run the most perfect 25 laps under green flag that they ever run in their whole career. They know the challenges, but they also know the reward that's out there, winning at Daytona. So, but I'm going to tell you, I just don't think we'll see much different action in these last 25 laps that we've seen all night long. Pushing, shoving, aggression. That's going to be the story. Who's able to survive? That's going to be the big question.
Yeah, I think if they look at the radar and say, okay, the rain's gone, and it looked like it probably is, then we know we have, you know, we're going to have probably 23, 24 laps to go when we restart this race. But I'm not sure they're not going to race every lap like it's the last lap.
Well, we've seen it all night. I would venture to guess that's what we're going to see the rest of the night.
I will say, though, there have been many times we challenged where are we on the aggression meter, and we thought it was pegged. And then I think we broke
all right, we're finally back on the fucking track.
Around to the bottom.
Yeah, but I believe anything in this scenario.
Well, just think how fast Chase Purdy is. He's back in 17th. Jack Wood, 18th. Nick Sanchez, 19th. And I've already talked about Corey LaJoie all the way back in 24th. They've got to get going. They can't be waiting around. So we got guys like Zane and Tanner up front that are going to be trying to protect that lead, and some guys in the back like this Ford truck that are determined to get to the front.
And we know now with 26 laps to go, unless we go 15, 20 laps of overtime, everybody has enough fuel to get to the end. So there's no pit strategy anymore.
The red flag, just over 1 hour. And a special thanks to all those that have been working here today. It's been a long one for everybody at Daytona International Speedway. But hopefully we get the payoff with a great finish. We'll return to the green flag after you watch this.
Buying a home? Rocket Mortgage
better
will
be a
cover
good finish
1%
with
of your
everything we
rate
sat
for the first
through.
year, at no cost to you, saving you hundreds, even thousands, with Inflation Buster. That's more road trips, more spa days, more of what you love. Plus, if rates drop within 3 years of your home purchase, you get exclusive savings when you refinance with Rate Drop Advantage. That's more cash in your pocket. Save when you buy today and refinance tomorrow. Don't miss these big savings. Visit inflationbuster.com. Because your lives are forever entwined. Love Entwined, exclusively at K.
The fastest week in NASCAR is here and will set the stage for the Great American Race.
Speed Weeks continues with the NASCAR Xfinity Series tomorrow on Fest 1. And don't miss the Daytona 500 this Sunday on Fox.
America, start your engines. The race to win my cash is on with the Fox Bet Super 6 Stage 2 contest. Download the free-to-play Super 6 app and pick 6 Stage 2 outcomes for your shot to win.
This March,
Here we go. Drop the lot.
The biggest games in baseball play for national pride. The World Baseball Classic on Fox and FS1.
Something that interesting that has been pointed out by a couple of the reporters. Drivers who are running for the Truck Series title have red Craftsman banners, and those that aren't have black Craftsman banners. Essentially, the trucks that have a full-time driver are the ones that use multiple drivers, or just part-time.
The trucks are back on track after the red flag, but they need to drive pit road, so it's going to be a couple of more laps before we get going. As they ride around the racetrack, Ty Majeski has scored 6th.
I mean, they're showing the camera off of Zane, and it's got water all over it. They're saying the track's fine, but with this heavy mist, I don't know how it gets any better. You know, I mean, it's not as bad as it's been up here, but pretty close. You know, just kind of keeps blowing, so you just keep aware.
Yeah, Tim Duggar there on the back. He says he's getting wet. Basically, that's what's going on. Country music star, big NASCAR fan.
Hope it doesn't short out his guitar, electric guitar.
He's got a new song. Might as well buy a bar. Things aren't going well. I think I'll just buy a bar.
After tonight, I might buy one. You know what I'm saying?
What about those Craftsman stickers on the front windshield? If they're red, I think that means the truck is running full-time and for a title. Is that correct?
That's what I understand, yes. And black indicates that's the other side of it, not running full-time for the championship.
Part-timer, I love that.
I do too. Look at that truck. Beaten and abused, but still in contention. Currently riding along in the 6th position. And there's Chase Elliott.
With a black
background
on the white Craftsman.
Napa Auto Care on the back of that truck. A lot of the Napa guests are here. Wonder if they're still here. I'd say so.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just in front of Chase Elliott, the 88 of Matt Crafton, 9th right now.
Here is, but dude, that trial was still wet. It's ran pretty hard through here. Heavier.
Lord.
That's an observation that I will agree with as we look out the window up toward the lights on the speedway.
So it's not done.
It is crazy, though. I mean, right as soon as they fired the engines and drove off the pit lane, we looked out the window and you could see the mist had returned. I looked at the forecast.
Mother Nature does
looked
not
at the radar, and we'll be fine. I mean, there might be some off and on, but
almost. It's about 11 o'clock,
so we should get it in. But gosh, given the way this is unfolded, I almost feel like we're lucky to be where we are in this race.
3/4 of the way through this race.
It's been a great night, I think, for Matt Crafton.
All right, we're at 24 to go.
Position,
We've
but
made it past
he's been
the
right
75%
As you can
mark.
see the rain in the lights there. He's been right up front all night long, very competitive and very aggressive, putting himself in a position to grab the lead. I like what I'm seeing out of this team, especially after the chat I had with him yesterday and his energy and enthusiasm for this 2023 season. Sounded like he was 21 instead of up in his mid-40s.
You talk about drivers that have put together a positive performance. I know he wants to go back racing and get a little more, but Tyler Ankrum has been solid. Wins the stage, 7th right now. And Corey Heim behind him really was quiet through the first 2 stages, came to life and put himself in the mix and rides around 8th. Driving one of those Toyotas for Tricon Garage. Rookie of the Year last year. And as we've talked about multiple times this evening, too, ARCA wins coming right here at Daytona.
2 wins in the Truck Series last year.
Yeah. One of them.
Now light rain in turn 1 and 2. Are you kidding me?
Last lap pass on his teammate.
Oh, that was a
Smith.
thriller. Yeah. Saw Nick Sanchez on pit road. He's hoping to do what Corey Heim did last year, and that's when Rookie of the Year. Started on the pole earlier today, and you know, he was disappointed in where he was during the red flag when he was talking to our folks downstairs, but felt like if
Call
we
the
could
race.
get going once again.
We've wasted an hour, and it's still not. We took an hour, and it's still not dry. What happened to Jack Wood?
So much uncertainty about Kyle Busch Motorsports because they go from Toyota to Chevrolet. We've talked about Chase Purdy, and Jack Wood has done some positive things tonight, and then you make the connection to Nick Sanchez and Rev and the alliance there. I know Daytona doesn't tell you everything you need to know, but if this is the foundation for this race team, especially when Kyle starts running this 51 occasionally, they appear to be in a really good spot with everything they've gone through and the changes they've made.
Yeah, I think so too. And again, this race may not be representative of what we're going to see in Las Vegas and subsequent races, and but certainly a good start. And are they tilting the rear spoiler up some? Those are spoiler braces that are adjustable on the back of that truck. Is that what they were doing, Michael? Is maybe giving them a little more rear spoiler? Maybe that truck a little bit loose, try to give him a little more downforce?
Yeah, so he can be more aggressive as these laps wind down. That's an interesting question. It certainly looked like that's what was happening. What if we try to give Chase Elliott a shout here and ask him about the weather and what he thinks about track conditions?
Let's do it.
Hey, Chase, it's Waltrip and the boys in the booth up
Radar
here.
says not raining, but it's picking up.
How's it going?
It's going great. Looks like you're having a lot of fun. I just kind of was curious as a veteran, what do you think about the track conditions right now, and how's your night going? That's two questions.
Yeah, that is two. Well, the track looks fine to me. I would love to get this show on the road myself, but otherwise it's been fun. I've never speedway raced a truck before, so it's been eye-opening. But I appreciate all these guys for having me, and hope that you guys have enjoyed a little bit of the show at least.
It's been fun to watch. I know it's crazy out there. Are you surprised at the aggression, and can it go up any further?
Oh, it can always get worse. There's no question about that. So I would imagine if we get back on, there'll be plenty to see.
Appreciate your time. Close her out for us.
Hey, you bet. Thanks. Y'all enjoy.
Sometime I would like to hear more about it's been eye-opening. I mean, I don't know which direction he would have gone if he expanded on that, but I feel like he had a whole lot to say on that subject. It really is interesting when you look at these trucks inside the top 10. Some of them look like they just were unloaded off the hauler. They look like they're in great shape. Others, like Ben Rhodes, I mean, feeling the effects of what has been a crazy night, but he's been able to stay in the game. 9th right now is the 99.
Yeah, it's literally a fine track. Everybody up front just wants to say it's not so they can finish the race where they're at, but the track is literally just fine. There's nothing wrong with it.
He agrees with Chase.
Yeah.
Chase said, let's go racing. It's ready right now. And so did Ben Rhodes.
Let's do it then.
We got a report that on the radio in the pace truck, they said it's raining all the way around. And we're down now. I mean, we're making laps under caution here. We're down to 21 to go. So
we're getting ready to come to our Craftsman 20 to go.
Yeah.
If I do my math right.
I'll do the reads. Thank you very much.
Okay. You do the heavy lifting. I'll just add some color.
I get back here for one race, and Michael's trying to take my job already. What's wrong with you?
Well, I will say that it is now misting harder than it has in the last 20, 30 minutes. So I'm going to agree, as you see a little moisture on the camera lens there, that the track, and it also looks like it's just getting a little bit darker with every lap these trucks are making under yellow.
I went down this road very briefly earlier about everyone here at the track, but let me give a huge attaboy to all the folks, the men and women that make these broadcasts possible at Fox Sports. We just had the Super Bowl, and what it takes to put that on and then travel all the equipment here to Daytona. The turnaround time is so short. And our folks do such a great job of working behind the scenes to make sure that you see everything you want to see. And it's not just the trip across the country and the setup. Think about how long this day has been, and then we'll get started early tomorrow and the same thing on Sunday before heading to California and racing in Fontana next weekend. So a major appreciation to everyone involved to making it happen and working out in the elements on a night like tonight.
And overtime as well.
And we just got word they're going to bring the field back down pit road.
Oh, Lord. We did 5 fucking laps.
And we could be getting close to a decision.
Yeah, you got to wonder how many,
6 laps
times
under yellow. Red flag again.
That, NASCAR will do. Then you have to give them credit for certainly making an effort to get this thing dry and have a race to the finish for these fans and the viewers at home.
What do you think Zane Smith's going to say? I told y'all so.
Yeah. If you could have had an umbrella in the car, you'd have had an umbrella in the truck.
It's been a fun night. Fun seeing these guys get aggressive, mix it up, make some moves, make things happen. But
please end the race.
All the fun could be over.
It's been the longest race.
All the fun's over for
Truck
everybody,
Series history.
except for Zane Smith. And for him, it's just starting.
Somebody get Zane his umbrella.
But I think if you've been in the middle of many wrecks as Tanner Gray has been, he's probably just as happy about this thing coming to an end and comfortable with his second place finish.
Be a best career finish for Tanner Gray.
And what about Colby Howard up in the top 5 as well? There's Colby's number 9 truck.
Truck owned by Cody Robaugh, who was in another one of his trucks that got involved in one of those earlier incidents and is out for the evening. But a great job by Colby Howard running up in the top 5 here.
Well, let's go back to what could very well be the deciding moment in this race. We were under green, and that 38 making its move.
We've run more laps under caution than we have under green flag.
Quick enough, and you can see right there.
According to Strigley, 39 laps of green, 40 laps under caution,
but wasn't able to execute the move like he wanted to, giving Zane that lead. A 3-wide pass for the win at Daytona.
Unbelievable.
This is how it turns out being a great precision move by Zane Smith down on the bottom.
As good a truck as Corey had, then the caution came out, and then he'd lost all this track position by being stuck in the middle. Came back down pit road. Now he's being shown in the 23rd position, so certainly not what they were looking for, and a tough break for that Bono Mannion-led team.
But certainly a great showing for them. Showed they had a lot of speed and the capability of winning this race. We talked about being mistake-free. Not coming to pit road wound up costing them when they missed the sign of time to pit.
Other side of that, Zane Smith, Chris Lawson, very patient in the first 2 stages. And ultimately played it perfectly because they established the track position they needed, and they were in position to take advantage of the mistake that you talked about from that 7 team, and now sitting in the catbird seat as he looks to go back-to-back here at Daytona. We'll step aside. The red flag out once again at the world's center of racing. 21 laps to go, and Zane Smith is your leader.
Buying a home? Rocket Mortgage will
All right, now we get to waste even more time. We just wasted 20 fucking minutes. Hi, Ant-Man, for joining this. Thank you for joining the server. And they left the server. Oh, great. Dang it. God, this is so frustrating. I'm checking Pockrus's freaking Bob Pockrus's Twitter. So, Lord, oh Lord. Looking at some
Gets
of
the win.
05 Truck Series. That was something.
Top
08
went back to back. We know that because he told us during our studio.
Michael Waltrip in 2011.
Who is that? That 15 truck.
Look at that smile. It's golden.
2012 is that John King?
Me. What do y'all think about me?
2014 Kyle Busch. Okay.
Kyle Busch, big timer, does it in 2014.
Nothing quite like Victory Lane champagne and beer at Daytona.
Kyle Busch Motorsports, 98 wins all time. I mean, that's a remarkable stat. And you know what? When he made the move and left Joe Gibbs Racing and went over to RCR, there was a lot of speculation about what's the future of Kyle Busch Motorsports. And if you talk to people associated with the team, they say, you know, he met with Chevy a lot. And the people at Chevy will tell you, our conversations about the Cup level were short. Our conversations about the Craftsman Truck Series were long. And it just speaks to who he is and how much he believes in what happens here.
Yeah, it'll be fun to see him in that truck in Las
It's
Vegas.
The fucking weather.
in our next
Weather.
race.
Daytona Beach.
It's got that umbrella out, doesn't he, Michael?
Yeah, that's his buddy right now.
International Speedway.
I love that NASCAR 75 logo too. Don't you feel it's just so tight and clean and cool?
Like
75
no fucking
years
weather.
of
It's not supposed to be any
Especially for
freaking
those
rain.
of us that were around for the 50th anniversary.
Oh,
That's
end
right.
this,
It'd be me and you
please.
for sure.
This has been painful.
These guys, I think, believe the end is near as the rain continues to fall here on the front straightaway.
Well, a year ago, we went to overtime, and we ran 6 extra laps, and it was Zane Smith who was able to win it. He's hoping tonight he gets paid back. And even though we didn't make it to the scheduled distance, he can take home the checkered flag. We'll see if it happens here. It's official. Zane Smith has won.
Finally, it's over. Oh my God, it's finally over. This race took way too freaking long. Oh my God, 3.5 hours later.
Absolutely.
There it is.
Oh,
Let's go to
thank
Regan.
God.
Well,
It's
Adam, a lot of
over.
excitement
It's
down
finally
here. Zane Smith
over.
just now getting the word back to back at Daytona. How's this one feel compared to last year?
I know there's about a million ways to get one at Daytona, but we're proving that. So obviously wanted to go back racing there.
Okay, I don't care. You know, this is taking way too long. It's past 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank God. NASCAR did their best. I'll give them credit for that. But Mother Nature did not want to cooperate. So screw the rain. Thank you for turning out. Tomorrow is the Beef It's What's for Dinner 300 with the Xfinity Series running 120 laps, not to mention ARCA. Also, hi, Anthony Prater. You went to Volusia to the truck race. Oh, yeah, no problem. I see, like, Volusia got rain, too. That sucks, because Dark Car Nationals are going on there. You know, see you tomorrow for the Xfinity race. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Have a good one. Good night, and big ball.